Yo, what's up, badasses? Hello, hello. Thanks for being here. I hope you're having a wonderful start to your weekend. A good Saturday, perhaps. I hope that's going well for you. Tonight's just gonna be kind of a chill stream. We're just gonna chit chat. I'm just gonna talk to you guys. You know, no bells, no whistles, no expectations. Just we're just gonna actually sit and talk, and it's gonna be just you and me, kind of just catching up, like for real, for real. No super flashy stuff. I thought I'd take today just to kind of chit chat. Get a little bit closer with you guys. So just give me like a couple more seconds. To sort out our music selection tonight. Hello guys, hi. How's it going? In a lot of ways, this is kind of reminiscent of my old stuff. I don't like to go backwards. I don't enjoy going backwards. But I do think that sometimes there needs to be a time of, you know, just kind of reflecting on things. Without the bells, without the whistles, just kind of hanging out. And actually, what I want to do is I actually do want to sit down a little bit. But I hope you guys are doing well. It's good to see you. Hello, Danny. Hello, Lewis. Hello, Apple. Hello, Darth. Hello, Tig. Hello, Car. And anyone else you may be out there. Thanks for being here. You can still do all the usual stuff. This isn't ASMR. This isn't like gonna like. I'm not gonna like break into like song and dance. This really is just you and me. Just us talking about whatever we feel like. Just want to hang out. And this is going to be a relatively short stream. Those of you who are here early, you'll get to know this in advance, but this will be a relatively short stream. So, always a good person to hang with you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Lewis. Thank you. Really do appreciate that. The hair is awesome. Yeah. I think she's pretty awesome. Actually, this isn't the hairstyle I usually use. But yeah, she's pretty chill. I like her a lot. I'm gonna be wearing her quite a bit, I think. This is my preferred. This is my preferred look. But hey guys. Hi. I hope you all are doing well. But like I said, this is not ASMR. We're just gonna hang out. And I know it's kind of hard to believe a stream that's just, you know, you and the streamer, where you're just kind of like catching up and talking about shit. But yeah. That's tonight's stream. So I completely threw everything that I had planned out the window. Yo, Car. Do you wanna be told you're a good boy, Car? Is that what you're looking for? Hello, Hotono. Hello. Too cool for school, unfazed. I mean, what can I say? What can I say? You know, I honestly appreciate it all. You know, I may seem unfazed, but at the end of the day, you know, imagine going live every time and having the expectation that nobody is going to show up. That's, for the most part, me. Like, I don't go live with the expectation that people will show up. I will say that I've kind of developed somewhat of an expectation that people will be here. But to be honest with you, in general, I make a point to not have that expectation. So if it does end up happening, which it has happened a couple of times, I don't get all like in my feelings about it. But yeah. For the most part, I am for the most part pretty unfazed by most things, because I think it's good to have a healthy level of expectation, and that's kind of what I try to maintain. I let Neff step on me for sure. Oh, thank you, Tookie. I appreciate that. It's very sweet of you to say. I'd be down for that. A car is such a bottom, it's crazy. LMAO, yes please. Alright, I got you, car. No worries. Let's make this happen. I got you. Yeah. Hi, car. Hi. You're such a good boy. You're such a good boy, you can do no wrong. There's never such a thing as too many femboys. So you are indeed a very good boy, Car. Sorry, I had to throw in a little bit of a joke there. Just a little bit. Yes, you're a very good boy, Car. It's not even me and I'm sweating. But yeah, hey, what's up, chat? Hello. No problem, Car. I got you. Yeah, tonight is really, it's all the bells and whistles, all the usual shit. If you want to make me do squats, you can make me do squats. Doesn't even matter. We're just hanging out. We're just hanging out, talking, and because I love you guys. And I'm entirely, extremely grateful to all of you who've gotten me this far on this journey, you know? I'm so into it, and holy shit, this has to be the best redeem. I mean, that's why it's so expensive, Tig. That's why it's so expensive. Like, people from YouTube be walking in here asking for hugs and kisses for free, and I'm just like, I'll do it like once or twice, just to kind of like, hey, this is the experience, this is the Nepherti experience. So like, that's what you do. Like when you're trying to sell a product, you give people the experience of like, hey, this is what you can get if you interact with me the actual way. It's like a consultation. It's like a sample. So you do it once or twice, and then are like, well, every time I come into your chat, I want to make it all about me, and I want you to give me the hugs, I want you to give me the kisses. Even if I'm not even in 3D, I'm going to ask for it because I'm an attention whore. And I'm just like, yeah, no, those are not free, because I don't do that to everyone in my chat. Those are things that are, you must work towards them, you know. I'd get nothing done if I was like all up in your face like all goddamn day. If it was this the entire time, it was like, hi chat, hi, it's good to have you. I hope you're having a good day. I hope everything's going well. If it was just this all the time, that shit'll get boring. It'll get boring. And if I do that to everybody, then it's not special anymore. So I want to make those moments special when you actually do get called good boy or good girl, you know? If I'm just kind of doing it, then it's not going to make any difference. If I'm just doing it for everybody, but, you know. Some people gotta learn. Some people gotta learn. Yeah. It's always about entertainment. It's always about creating value. It's always about, like, I'm a ruthless businesswoman. We've been over this. I'm a ruthless businesswoman. So, you know, we have to keep things together. Everything has to have value and purpose. You don't just get shit because you ask nicely for it in my chat. Sometimes. Usually. Okay. Alright. So expensive I could take 10 of it right now? Well, yeah. That's alright. But it costs a lot to do that. It's not that expensive. it's within reason. It's within reason to do something like that. It is within reason to ultimately have this opportunity to interact with me in certain ways. The interaction with me is not free. That is the point. That is the point. You must interact with me. You must be here on Twitch in order to interact with me and have certain special privileges. They are not free. They cost a little bit, you know. But that's not the problem. It's not a problem. But you know, you can brag all you'd like. That's not the point. My point is, people come into the stream, they have certain expectations, and then I have to break their expectations. That's very nice that you have a lot to spend. That's very nice for you, but so does everyone else. Pay to play, insert coins to operate machinery. Well, I wouldn't call myself a machine, but I guess it depends on what we're doing. You know what you are getting. You know what you are getting whenever you redeem certain things. You know. Is this the Russian accent? To some degree, maybe, perhaps, to some degree. I think we'll say it is Russian accent. I'm not sure because I don't live there. I've never actually lived there at all. So perhaps I would say it's closest to whatever I can come up with. I would say, more or less, Slav. So. Do the Slav squat? Do you mean when you're doing the like this? When you're putting your legs out like that? Like that sort of thing, you know? And get your Adidas on? No, no Adidas for you. No Adidas for you. No. I'm comfortable. I do not want to wear sneakers. Grippers. Indeed, the grippers are indeed out, you know. You know, sometimes someone who trains in the martial arts, they must rest the grippers. The grippers must get the rest. They must air them out, you know. Feet for free in this economy? Hey, that was for 5 seconds. That was only 5 seconds. Relax, it's no big deal. A bottle of vodka. A bottle of vodka. Indeed. Very much so. But yes, Chant. But yes, I wanted to spend some time with you all. I think it is important to actually spend some time and enjoy your company. We've talked about a couple of things throughout the week. Throughout the week, we talked about a number of little things here and there, and actually on Thursday, I got quite emotional. On Thursday, but yeah, I don't want to get into that. If you want to know why that happened, you can watch the VOD. It's up to you. If you would like to, it's your choice. But I wanted to just take some time to be able to talk with you all directly, without any distractions, without any expectations. That was the whole point of us being able to enjoy each other's company tonight. So yes, thank you for the percentage, Holtano. I appreciate that. You are so supportive in that regard. Thank you so much. But yes, that is the goal for tonight. I wish to just talk with you all and hang out. That is the intention. Hello, Bun. It's good to see you. Hello. I appreciate you dropping in. I hope you're doing well. I saw that you are still continuing Silk Song. I hope that's going well for you. Welcome in. Hello. I hope you're doing well. I hope all is well. But welcome in. Silk Song is fun, even if I am very bad at it. I understand. You know, as long as you're having fun, that is the most important thing. That is most important thing. You are having good time, and that for me is good. I apologize that I must only lurk, because I can only do that, because that's what all I can do at the moment, because I must see the game for myself. But I am always supporting you from the shadows. Trust me, I am. So yes. As a Russian girl speaking English, they have softer voice than men. Okay. Thanks for letting me know. I have to work on that. Thank you. Hello, Troy. Hello. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. I'm sure you're doing great, Bun. I'm sure you're doing just fine. Don't even worry about it. But yes. Yes, tonight is all about there are no expectations, there's no fanfare. There's no craziness. There's nothing that I'm going to be doing other than talking to you. Talking to you. So, I appreciate you all being here. Let's just chit chat. We're gonna have a good time. We're just gonna be very, very chill. Just have a nice time. No expectations. You have to expect. It is all good. Okay. I appreciate your feedback. Hope to know. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good to know. Good to know. Thank you. All right. So how was your Saturdays going? How has your Saturdays been? I hope it's been a good day. Hope it's been a fine day. I had plans. I had a special plan for today. I was going to do something completely different. I was going to actually play. I was going to be on desktop today. That was actually the plan for today. I was going to be on desktop, and I was going to just kind of enjoy playing a desktop game, a random game for you guys. But I figured tonight I would just kind of hang out. No funny business. No whatsoever. No, nothing that's going to be like over the top. Just you and me here in the moment, you know. Well. Well, it's alright. It's only for 10 minutes. Hold to know. I appreciate the offer, but there's no way that I'm going to be able to train or learn in real time. But thank you so much for the feedback. Hello Blurpy. Hello. Good to see you. I hope your day is going well. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Yeah. Hello. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I hope your day is going well, Vane. And also Danny, hello. Good to see you as well. Hello. No, I do whatever accent I wish to do. It's not always this one. It's whatever one I wish to do. That you do not need to spam that one that one redeem. You do not need to do that. Because I will choose whatever I please. Okay, so, but yes. Yes, I hope your Thursday. Yeah, I hope your Saturday is going well. Like I said before, I was going to just play a desktop game. At first, I was going to play a random game that was gifted to me by a company. A company has sent me a random game, and I was going to play that on stream and kind of introduce you all to that game. However, I decided that perhaps maybe I want to play a fighting game instead. I can play a fighting game and entertain you all with my fighting game skills. So that was my second plan for today. I was going to do that instead. And then I woke up at 3:30 p.m. I woke up at 3:30 and I'm like, well, shit. Actually, I woke up at 4. And that's completely my own fault. I woke up at 4, and it is 5:48. So as you can see, it's been about an hour and a half. It's been about an hour and a half or so since I've been awake. So I decided that it would be better if we just kind of hung out in VRCHAT for a little bit of time and hung out. And we can enjoy each other's company and have a good time. Well, Blorpy, I hope your day is going well. Danny, I hope you are having a great Saturday. I hope everything is going well. But man, such a voice you have. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I am a technically professional voice actress, technically, but you know, I now use my gifts to entertain people because I did not make it as voice actress. Also, if you have any questions that you'd like to ask, you can go ahead and ask me question. I am more than willing to talk about questions and answer your questions. Tonight is all about you. It's all about you. So we are just going to sit here and talk and enjoy. That is generally the plan. Are you a streamer? No. No, I am not streamer. Why would you ever consider such a thing? Of course I'm not streamer. Who was the British Prime Minister during World War II? I have no idea. I have no idea whatsoever. Wait. Maybe I know this. Maybe I know this. Was it? No, I don't know. I don't know at all. I am uncertain of who that is. I was never very big on history. I've always been more accustomed to just basic academics. English was always my best subject in school. I wish they had something like psychology or something like in elementary school, but you know, that's not a thing that I guess they have. So you know, it's just kind of the way it is, you know. But yeah, I let Nev put her cigarette out on my face, yo. You let me step on you. You let me put my cigarette out on your face. You're like, yo, Tiggy. You're right where you need to be, Tiggy. You're right where you need to be. I'm free real estate. Just hold me down. Nah, I don't know history either. I only asked that because I got the question from Sari about a few minutes ago. Oh my gosh, that's fucking wild. Man. I was on something yesterday, chat. If you weren't here for yesterday's stream, I was on something. Oh, see, Churchill? Okay. I was actually thinking. I'm like, okay, like Danny. I was actually thinking that I knew this, and I'm like, this guy is too famous for me to not know who this person is. But I couldn't recall his name. Yeah, Winston Churchill. Yeah. I had the inkling. But I couldn't quite remember. But thank you, Danny. Thank you. But you're right. You're absolutely right about that. Hello, Fura. Hello. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. I hope all is well with you. Good to see you. I'm not a history nerd. I'm a science nerd and a Whovian, a fan of Doctor Who. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, everyone's got to have their hobbies. I know there are a lot of people who are into like various franchises, which is pretty cool. You know, I happen to know a lot about .hack, and I also know all about Stranger Things. So like, you could ask me something about Stranger Things, and I would probably know the answer to it because I've actually watched all 4 seasons twice. So I'm pretty well versed in Stranger Things. So it's pretty cool, like when people are like very kind of well known about like historical things related to maybe like pop culture or whatever. But in school, I've always been very academically inclined. But not only was I academically inclined, I was also like physically inclined too. Whereas many people couldn't like run a mile, I could back in high school I could run a mile in like 5 minutes and 30 seconds. So I was not only like scholastically inclined, but I was also like I wanted to be physically strong too, like physically like capable as well. You're an army nerd? Cool. Yeah, I think everybody tends to like specialize in various things. Also, I know a lot about anime. Not really about like recent anime, but I know a fair bit about anime from like I want to say like late 80s to like early 2010s. Maybe a little bit further than that, but I've watched anime from like the 80s up to like the mid 2010s. So I'm not going to know everything, obviously. I'm not an encyclopedia, but yeah, I think it's very normal for people to have encyclopedic knowledge about, you know, certain topics or whatever. Yes, I know the anime Kiss Sis. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to be an anime. I used to review anime chat. Back in the day, I used to work for a website called Anime Source, and I don't know if it's still around today, but I used to write reviews for anime. So I used to watch anime and then write reviews on them. So I've been pretty intimately connected with anime throughout various periods of my life. Yeah, Kiss This is a very kind of like low key, like hentai-ish type deal. It's very hentai oriented, but yeah, it's definitely one of the more low key, mature anime that have come out there. You know, hentai. Wow, no one has written hentai in my chat ever. That's crazy. Hentai is basically means like you. It's Japanese for like, you are for it's like you're uncouth. It's another term used for adult content, basically. It's not that mature though. Well, it has mature elements. That's the point. Let's see. Do you remember me of the types that were good at nearly everything in school? Wait, not too surprised. Oh, you do remind me of the types that were good at nearly everything in school? Aww. Oh, Vane, no. I was not good at everything. I will say that I was relatively talented, I guess you could say. I wasn't good at everything though. I was actually pretty poor at making mature decisions. I was actually pretty bad at that. I was confident in my ability to do schoolwork, but I wasn't confident in taking risks. I hadn't taken enough risks throughout my life, so I was actually pretty bad at making decisions that would ultimately be better for me. And so I held myself back. I self-sabotaged myself. So though I had like skills, maybe I had writing skills, I had very good prose skills, very good at English. My vocabulary is quite extensive. But and I was physically I was very physically fit. I was also a good singer. I was known as a pretty good singer when I was in high school. So, you know, I had like a lot of things that were very, very like good and decent about me. But I think the thing that was really, really important was being able to make important decisions, which I used to be very bad at that. And then when I went to college, I became better at making very important life decisions when I went to college. So, but yeah. But I know. Let's get a brief stream of animes you reviewed. Okay. Hold on. Let me catch up with chat, and then I'll do that in a second for sure. Let's see. Hello Sapphire. Hello, welcome in. Good to see you. Celestial Shadow. Hello. Are you afraid of the dentist? No. I have no fear of the dentist. I think they do their job very, very well. Hello Gonzo. Hello, welcome in. Good to see you. Farrah can't have max stats in life. You can't have max stats in life, but you can take some of your stats and improve them. Because in life you gain experience, and every time you level up and get older, you have the ability to put stat points into things that you want to focus on. So though you can't have perfect stat points in everything, you can in fact game the system in a way and improve your stats in certain areas. And that's That's one of the secrets of life that people really haven't like tapped into yet. People think that there are situations that they're locked into their current situations, and that their stats and that their situations are immutable, but they're not. Not all. Some things are immutable, but there are aspects of who you are as a person that are immutable, that can be changed, and that's what leveling up means when you get older. So that's life hack. You can improve some of your stats. Not all, but some. Let's see. I heard about an old anime called Angel's Egg recently. Have you heard about it? I know a lot of like 90s and 80s anime had very kind of weird names like Angel's Egg or Angel Sanctuary or stuff like that. Like older animes definitely had like shorter names. They're more mysterious names. I have not heard of that one, Gar. That's one I've not heard of. This is one anime I fell for recently. It's about a girl and man who provided shelter for a teenage girl who escaped her home because of problems, and she moved in with them. Well, you'd have to give me a name because that's it's kind of a trope. That's like a very mild trope in anime. So you'd have to tell me the name of it. Let's see. Oh, well, Lumona showed up. Oh, hey. Lumona just spammed emotes. Hi, I couldn't tell that was you. Hello, Lumona. Long time no see. As a kid, I rode an elephant for a car sale at a dealership. Every kid was afraid of elephants except for you. Hell yeah. I mean, yeah, sometimes kids just have a certain level of bravery. Like, again, you have certain stats. When you're born, you are born with certain particular stats, and you maybe as a child were just braver than most. You had a lot of confidence. Maybe you had a level of insight that kids your age didn't have, which allows you to see that elephants are generally friendly creatures as long as you don't like do anything like weird to them. So yeah. I have a fear of needles from the dentist because they inject you unexpectedly. Well, that shouldn't happen. That should always be. Well, I think dentists should tell you when they're going to do something that involves an injection. They should warn you. You just had a bad dentist. That's unfortunate. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Yeah, most dentists should communicate when they're going to inject you with something or stick you with something. That just kind of makes sense. But I guess maybe your dentist is just maybe they've encountered too many people who are afraid of needles, and so instead of letting people know, like, oh, I'm going to stick a needle in you, they just do it to kind of save them the trouble of having to fight with someone who's afraid of needles. But I guess that also in turn creates people who are afraid of needles, which is kind of shitty. But yeah, well, it is not a one-size-fits-all situation, but I imagine there are some who choose to opt for a one-size-fits-all, which is not good. Not good. The name is I Shaved and I Brought a High School Girl Home. Okay, that's definitely a newer anime that I've never heard of. If it's like I said, I don't really know most recent anime because I'm an adult. Like, I mean, not that you can't watch anime when you're an adult, but my focus nowadays is creating content. I'm completely and utterly locked in to creating content, so I don't really have a lot of time to watch much anime anymore. I try to watch things here and there. Like a couple of months ago, I watched the entirety of Berserk. I'm currently gradually making my way through Freerun at the moment, so I'm watching I'm watching certain anime that I've heard good things about, but these days I'm very, very focused on creating content and just socializing with people in VRCHAT these days. So I don't really have a whole lot of time to spend watching anime. But back in the day, I used to watch like between 10 and 12 different anime per season. So I used to be a very, very big anime watcher, but that was also during a period of my life where I wasn't a gamer either. So becoming a gamer kind of like I was a gamer when I was younger, and then like in between of things, I became just very like focused in on anime. I just loved anime and wanted to like learn Japanese and all that stuff. And then I kind of got into the fighting game community, and then I became a gamer again. So, and I became more of a gamer than what I was. So yeah. Yeah, so I don't really spend a whole lot of time watching anime these days. Yeah, if you feel the needle, get a new dentist. A good dentist you won't feel pain. Mine, I feel a slight pleasure but no pain. Yeah, you shouldn't be feeling like direct pain when you're at a dentist. That just should not be happening. I agree. I agree, Sapphire, for sure. Maybe they did. I don't know, but they said they were going to numb me. But I thought, oh, we were gonna put some more numbing cream on. Oh, yeah. They have to inject you with something to numb you. That's what you do. That's. If they told you they were going to do that, then they did their job. They did their job. You have to be injected with something so it gets into your bloodstream, so that they can do the work on you. But they're supposed to be able to know what to do so it doesn't hurt as much. So yeah. Mine was a numbing cream, like a paste. Oh no, I've never had numbing paste. I've never had numbing paste used on me when it comes to the dentist. That's never happened. Angel's Egg is an hour-long anime film. Yeah, okay, so there we go. It's probably a film. Well, you said it's a film, so that's cool. Good to know. It looks really fascinating. You should write it down if you like. DFG, hi, good to see you. I hope you're having a great weekend so far. Hello, DFG. What's up? Yeah, it's a hour-long anime film. Yeah, that sounds like an older film for sure. For real. I'm on a waiting list to be sedated, put under to get your teeth fixed. Okay. Well, that makes sense. Yeah. If you need to get your teeth fixed, you absolutely need to not be conscious for that. That's a lot of work. And I would argue that, I mean, there are a lot of ways to feel pain in general, but I would also say that like your teeth are probably like, aside from like your spinal cord, your teeth are probably the most pain driven. You probably have the most pain sensors in your teeth and in your gums than any other location in your body. Like, there are so many sensors inside of your mouth, in your teeth, that like, yeah, you absolutely want to be under for that, because like fixing your teeth is no joke. That is an obscene level of pain. If you fuck around with that, yeah. They use a topical oral analgesic before the needle, so the needle doesn't hurt. Okay, got you. Yeah, I never knew that. That's cool. They let it sit for a few minutes and it numbs your mouth. Okay. I see. Maybe I don't remember. Maybe it's just been a while since I've been to the dentist, I suppose, which it has. It has been a bit of time. But yeah, okay, that makes sense. Well, they should tell you that they're going to inject you with a needle. Well, I mean, if they told you, then what? Then what? What are you gonna do at that point? Are you gonna struggle at that point? if once they tell you, then what? You know? Can't confirm I got a root canal without going under. It was not fun. Yeah. I know anesthesia can be pretty expensive, so I think some people opt out of it because it can be pretty expensive to have. But yeah, you don't fuck around with your teeth or your gums, dude. You fuck around with your teeth or gums and then you get surgery on that? No. You absolutely want to be under and have substantial, like, numbing for that, because, yeah. That's crazy, Danny. I'm sorry you had to go through that. I literally got half a tooth as the right molar. Okay, well, yeah. At that point, you need to get that fixed. Yeah, for sure. I've like, my teeth have not been perfect. I'm pretty sure my teeth are actually pretty bad. Not in terms of their appearance. My teeth are actually pretty good appearance-wise, but just in terms of like how my jaw functions, like my jaw alignment. I'm pretty sure my jaw is pretty fucked up, but somehow I managed to like not screw it up like entirely to the point where I can't talk. But I'm pretty sure my jaw used to like click. I used to have like a lot of like clicking with my jaw because I had an overbite, and I never got that fixed. I still have the overbite, So, but like in terms of like visually, my teeth look fine. And I can still smile without any problems. But like, I do have an overbite. And I do believe that my jaw is pretty fucked up at this point. Thankfully not too fucked up that I can't talk. But it's to the point where I used to have like severe clicking. Like I'll open my mouth and there would be like, I would hesitate to open my mouth like really wide. Because my jaw would lock up. Like I would have like my jaw would lock up in that way, which is very unpleasant, very, very uncomfortable, very painful. But I've kind of gotten to the point, I don't know what I did or how I kind of worked around it, but I just basically worked around it. And now my jaw no longer clicks, but every time I open my mouth, I hear like a grinding. So literally every time I open my mouth, I hear like the joints at my jaw points grinding. So, you know. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. But like I said, like at a glance, my teeth look fine. But I do have an overbite, and my jaw, I think my jaw are pretty fucked up. My jaws are pretty fucked up. It's bad. One of them held me down to the chair, and once they let go, I leapt off the chair. Exactly, Celeste. That's exactly why they don't tell you. It's exactly why. Because people do that shit, and it just makes it more dangerous for the doctor, it makes it more dangerous for the patient, and yeah, it's just like, that's why they just kind of, they say, I'm going to numb you now, because like if you tell someone explicitly it's going to be a needle, a lot of people just freak the fuck out, because maybe they've had a bad experience getting like the blood drawn or whatever, so they're already afraid of needles because of like bad blood drawing experiences. I have no problem with needles, I have no problem with them whatsoever, but some people do. But yeah, like, if you're gonna jump out the fucking chair, they're obviously not gonna tell you. And it makes things longer and drawn out. So, it sucks. But I understand, like, your concerns, for sure. It sucks to be afraid of that sort of thing. Once I had to have cold water constantly in my mouth to soothe my left molar, but once it's lukewarm, started hurting it again. Yeah. I'm glad you didn't get that checked out. I used to have that too. It still clicks a bit, Car. Yeah, it sucks. It's not cool. Just be careful. Just be careful with how widely you're opening your mouth. Be mindful of that, Car. You don't want to open your mouth too widely. Vane's like, what? Yeah, hello, Omega. Again, barking at the cat girl. I see you, Omega. Hi. How you doing, hon? Hope you're having a good day. Hope your Saturday is off to a good start. Health problems inside the mouth, more money to spend yearly. Yeah, I mean, that's just medical stuff, you know. It is what it is. It's not too late to go. It's not too late to go in for it. Might be worse in old age. They check for TMJ when you go in for aligners. It was pretty expensive, but I'm currently on the tail end of aligners for similar issues. Really, Hickey? Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, like I have health insurance, chat, but to give you a little bit of an idea how much I am paying for health insurance, I'm just gonna tell you outright. As a VTuber, I don't get any coverage. Being a VTuber means you're an independent creator. You're independent in terms of the job market. You are an independent, and you do not get the benefits of having. You don't have benefits. You don't have health benefits at all when you're an independent worker. You do your own thing. So I literally, for the sake of having my medications, I have to literally pay a little over $400 a month for having my medications. But I was willing to do that, and I actually planned in advance to have to do that to like be able to eat those costs because I really needed and wanted my medication. I won't die without my medication, but it is something that does bring me comfort, and it does help me in a lot of ways. So, to be able to have that medication, I'm literally paying like a little over $400 a month just to have health insurance. So, yeah, it sucks. It sucks. It's very expensive stuff. Let's see. But yeah, like to get my jaw fixed or whatever, get my jaw like realigned or whatever, that would be a lot of money, and maybe my insurance would cover it, but I just don't really have the money in general. And it's not really like an immediate issue, so I don't really want to put myself in a situation where I can't talk. I don't want to be mute for a medical issue if I don't have to be, you know? Just playing Borderlands while waiting for food? Hell yeah, hell yeah. How are you enjoying Borderlands? You having fun with it? Has it been fun for you? I've never really played any of the Borderlands games before, but I'm wondering, like, how are you liking it? I hope you're having fun with that. Okay, so Hotono. I do want to say very, very quickly that we do respect people here. We don't talk to people like that. Even if it is someone that's being kind of ridiculous. Unless I'm saying rip bozo to them, we want to respect people. I don't want to have anyone in my chat who's just deliberately being very rude to people. So I'm gonna ask you very kindly to tone it down. And I've asked you to do this before. I've actually asked you this once in the past. To please tone it down, and let's be respectful to people in chat. Okay? We don't act like that to people, at least, especially in my chat. I have no problem getting rid of people who have trouble following my rules. So please tone it down. We respect people here, no matter who they are. Unless I'm saying rip bozo to them, and we're laughing about it, we respect people here, okay? Alright. Sorry for stopping the vibe. Let's continue. My left molar fixed itself, so the dentist fixed itself, so the dentist didn't fix it in time. Your left molar fixed itself, so the dentist didn't fix it in time? Well, it's not that the dentist didn't fix it in time. It's just that you saw them later in life. So yeah. So yeah, you were unable to, you were unable to handle that and to get that sorted. And thankfully that wasn't a link. But yeah, that wasn't a link or anything. It wasn't a link. It was just you know, they are just trying to advertise themselves. But you know, it's fine. It didn't really work. You can just hit your thumb on command and crack your jaw also on command. I wouldn't fuck around with my jaw. Yeah, no mute Neph whatsoever. I need to be able to talk. It's crazy expensive. Yes, it's very, very expensive. But unfortunately, when you do not work for a company and you don't have health benefits, you are ultimately in a situation where you have to pay a lot of money in order to, because that's just how, unfortunately, the pharmaceutical industry is in the United States. It is very, very, it's very, very, very money grubbing. It's very much like you have to kind of people. The government doesn't believe that you should just have health insurance. However, there are means by which people can have health insurance, but the way that you can have like I think it's like Medicaid. I think that's what it's called in America. To get like health insurance that you don't have to pay for, you have to be under a certain threshold. You have to be in a certain like life situation to get those benefits. But you also miss out on the opportunity to get certain medications because the Medicare that's, you know, offered to you doesn't always cover certain medications. So I have to make sure that I have like some sort of like prominent, you know, pharmaceutical for a private it's like a private company, but I have to make sure that I am very much like I have something that is like that I have to pay for, that is a well-known established company or a medical like insurance provider, so that I can get the medication, because my medication is very specific. So I have to be able to afford that. So yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. It's very predatory, and but it really sucks. It's kind of where we are at. But it does kind of suck that that's kind of where we're at. It sucks, but it is what it is. So, you know, you gotta play the game. Like, there's no way to get around it. What time is it for you? It's 23:18. For me, it is 6. So it is, for me, it is 18. 18 for me. Hello, Michael. Hello. Good to see you. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a good day. I hope the day is treating you well. Okay. Borderlands 4 crashed at least once an hour, no matter your setup. I haven't seen that happen. Dang it, can we get some subs so Neff's jaw doesn't unhinge like a snake? I already put in my deposit on my AI Neff companion. You sure did, Vane. You sure did put in a down payment for that. But yeah, we don't want my jaw to unhinge. I want to be able to talk forever. I would let you guys know if like my jaw was like in a situation where like I wouldn't be able to talk. I would definitely let you all know. I'm like, oh shit, I have to go to the doctor for this. But but if people do, I'll leave that to people to decide. Like I'm okay. Like I'm good. My jaw is fine, but there is some grinding going on in my jaw. So, but I would rather have the grinding than have it lock up. So as long as you still talk and smile, that your jaw is perfect enough. Exactly. So I'm okay. I'll live. We don't need anyone to gift any subs for that. Hopefully, yeah, it'll be all right. I'll be okay. I think my body would tell me if there would be like an issue with like my jaw. I'm pretty sure my body would tell me that. But we'll have to wait and see. What happens. I'm doing good, just snacking while cooling off. Nice. I hope you're enjoying. It sounds like you're having a very, very relaxing day. Sounds like you're having a very, very relaxing day, Michael. I'm happy to hear that. Kitty, thank you for lurking. Hi. I hope you're having a great weekend so far, Kitty. Hello, hope you're doing well. Thanks for always coming through. Let me know you're just peeking in. You should get comfortable here once in a while. Knock on wood, but it hasn't crashed for you yet. But you've run into all kinds of weird bugs, but nothing game breaking yet. Yeah, I mean, when you're making a pretty big game, there's bound to be bugs on release. You know, you try to like squash as many bugs as possible, but you can't really account for all possibilities in all situations when you're using like an engine to build a game, which I'm assuming Borderlands did. So when you're building a game within a game engine, certain like anomalies are bound to crop up. So, you know, it is what it is for sure. But I'm glad that you've been having a pretty smooth experience with Borderlands 4, Omega. That's really cool to hear. I'm glad to hear it's been going well for you. Hell yeah. And I'm glad you've been having fun. It's been review bombed because of it. Wow. I mean, I really don't know what's going on with the gamers these days. I mean, I guess to some degree it's not just gamers, but yeah, I'm in the USA. I'm in the northeastern USA. I've talked about this in the past. My accent is very similar to people in the northeastern region of the United States. So there are various dialects in the northeast of the United States, but I have a very transatlantic accent, very very nondescript. So that I can kind of mold my voice into whatever accent that I want to do. But I have a very kind of nondescript American accent. Like I could literally just be someone who learned how to speak English, or like speak American English, because my accent is so nondescript. So yeah. Oh no. Oh, you drank a little bit too much? Oh no, kitty. Aww. Aw, kitty. I hope you're feeling better. I hope you're recovering. I know how that is. I definitely know how that is. I'm so sorry you had to go through that. That's rough. But no, it's okay. I hope you're relaxing and taking it easy. No, ain't no way it was Jester's fault. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. I refuse to believe that, Kitty. I refuse to believe that. Jester's not that kind of guy. Your accent is vibe fuel, very cozy. Thank you. I don't like. To me, I think I have no accent. But I do know that people from other countries, perhaps, or maybe parts of the other parts of the United States or other parts of the North America, they have like there's a wide variety of accents throughout the entirety of the U.S. But I think I have a very nondescript accent. I think. I'm glad you're cozy, Vane. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Did your jaw hurt just then? No, my jaw's been fine. I'm good. I'm good. Have you ever played a sports game? Yes, I have. I used to play sports games when I was younger. I used to play sports games when I was a child because I had an older brother, or I have an older brother technically. I do have an older brother. So I used to play sports games with him because honestly, like we would I didn't have a lot of money growing up. Oh, good morning, Havel. Good morning. Good morning. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. I didn't have a lot of money growing up, so my brother would get like a video game. He'd get like one game, and then I'd get a game. So, like, we'd get, like, a new console, and then, like, we'd get, like, I'd get one game, and, like, he'd get one game. So, like, you know, if I ever got tired playing one game, or, like, I just wanted to, like, spend time with my brother, because, like, you know, when I was younger, I wanted to spend time with my brother, even though he, you know, he's kind of annoying. Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Whoa! Kitsune raid! Hi! I was telling a story about my childhood, guys, but hi, everybody. What's up? Hello, everybody. Hi, everyone from Rogue Stream. Hi. I hope you all are doing well. From one Kitsune to a fake Kitsune. Sorry, I'm fake. I'm not a real fox girl. Sorry, guys. I'm actually a voice acting cat girl with acting training. I have an acting background, and I like to play hardcore games. I like to play games that make you feel badass. I also do a podcast in VRCHAT, so if you want more VRCHAT content, we're just kind of vibing. So you're more than welcome to hang out and chill. Rogue is a really good friend of mine. You guys should absolutely go follow Rogue if you haven't already. She's a great close friend of mine and a frequent collab partner of mine as well. So you should go support her and what she's doing. She's doing fantastic. She's doing fucking gangbusters out there, guys. So hello everybody from Rogue Stream. Kitsune Deity gives her love to her Neko Queen. Mwah. Mwah. Thank you so much for the love, Rogue. I really do appreciate that. Hello, Kai. Hello, welcome. Hello, welcome to everybody from Rogue Stream. I hope you all had a wonderful time. I was lurking in your stream, of course. I saw you playing Terrors of Nowhere along with Ali and a bunch of other people like Cashew. So I hope everybody is doing well. Please feel free to hang out if you'd like. Don't be shy. It's okay. I'm not going to hurt you unless you want me to. And we have a good time here. So please don't be afraid to say hello if you'd like, or just feel free to lurk. That works too. You don't have to worry about we like to have fun around here. So, but we're just chit-chatting. It's gonna be good. Wow, I love this stream. That's wow, Mox. That's crazy work. I appreciate you, Mox. You're so sweet. Thank you so much. Can we get a shout out for Moxley, guys? Moxley is killing it. We'll have to wait, because, like, I know there's a cooldown for the shoutouts, so we'll have to wait for a little bit. But Moxley is fucking killing it, dude. So is Rogue. And, like, holy, that's, the fact that you say, I love this streamer, is, like, that's so fucking sweet. Thank you so much, Moxley. You've been so supportive. You've been so supportive of me. Moxley is someone that that has been very, very supportive of me, and very, very, like, watching my content. I've watched streams where you didn't know that I was in chat, and I've heard you compliment me, and I'm like, Mox, holy shit, thank you, you're so kind. You talk so kindly and so highly of me, even when you don't even know that I'm in your chat lurking, and I appreciate you so much. So thank you. You're killing it for real. Nah, I'm just doing my thing. I'm just making it work. I'm doing my best. I'm trying my best out here. But it's so great to see you all. I hope you all had a wonderful time with Rogue. It's so good to see you, Mox. Thank you so much for hanging out. We're just chit-chatting. My face is red as an apple. Wow. Wow. How nice. It seems like I've hit a proper spot, something that you enjoy. Sweet puppy. But yeah. I know Vane loves the pats. It's very, very relaxing. Hello, Mr. Doctor. Hello, Mr. Doctor. Welcome in. I hope you enjoy your stay here, Mr. Doctor. But yeah, guys, hello everybody from Rogue Stream. Feel free to lurk if you'd like. I would really appreciate that. If you haven't followed, maybe follow if you wanna, but it's up to you. You decide. You make your own decisions. Alright? But thank you so much again for the raid, Rogue. I appreciate you. If you need to get some rest, get some food, please take care of yourself. I'll be here for a good bit of time. Not too long, but a good bit of time. And thank you again so much for sharing your community with me. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. Those who praise and respect you behind your back are the real ones? Yeah, for real. Yeah, like it's very, very rare to find people who are, obviously if they're speaking behind your back, it's usually very much kind of negatively in most cases, historically speaking. But when people are speaking positively behind your back, that's how you know you're doing a good thing. That's how you know you're really doing good. Rooney with the 21 months. Rooney, hello. Good to see you, Rooney. Mwah. Thank you so much for the 21 months. No, you're badass, Mr. Buff Banana Man. You're badass as fuck. But I think I'd give you work in an arm wrestling contest. I think I'd give you work, Rooney. I know you're very proud of your upper body, but if we did an arm wrestling thing, I think I'd give you a run for your money. I think. I already know I'd probably beat you in squats. I already know that. Teehee. I know you're working on your leg game. Teehee. I know, but. But yeah, we'll have to see about that one day. We'll have to see about who stands to gain. I think he'd still win, though. I do think he'd still win. But I think I'd still give you a run for your money. But yeah, guys, Rooney is also a really, really awesome streamer. Very funny guy. Very, very well-humored. He does workout streams. He does gaming streams as well. He's also very much a variety streamer in his own right. And Moxley obviously does a lot of VRCHAT streams, but also she does some let's say like what's the word? Variety streams too. She likes to do some Roblox. Sometimes she'll play like a simulation game. Moxley is also very much a variety type of streamer too. So, but very much like doing the VRCHAT stuff, as we all do. We all do VRCHAT stuff in our own ways, and I think that's beautiful. I think the variety is the spice of life. Variety is in fact the spice of life. Just like Golden789 hitting the follow button is just as spicy. So thank you so much for following. Welcome to the clubhouse, and I hope you enjoy your stay. You're the spice of life. Thank you. I try my best. You're pretty awesome, Neff. No. I'm just out here doing my best. And honestly, guys, okay. So earlier I was telling a story about my childhood and about how I didn't really have a whole lot of money as a child. I'll tell that story real quick, but actually I'll very quickly say this. Lately, like tonight, I really just want to take some time to like talk to people and just talk with you guys and catch up with all of you, because there is so much that I'm grateful for. This is day 33 of my subathon, and in a lot of ways, it's because of people being generous and being a part of my streams and hanging out and lurking and chatting and, you know, making the timer go up or whatever. Like, all of you have contributed in your own way. If you've been here in any capacity, you have helped me. And as we have reached, you know, this is day 33, and that made me think about Expedition 33, and just how life in and of itself is its own expedition. So I want to talk about this while we have, like, people who are here from the raid. I think it's a good time to kind of bring this up. I'll talk about my childhood in just a little bit. So remind me to tell the story about, like, how I was kind of poor and how my brother and I did play sports games. We did play sports games. I played sports games when I was younger, but that was largely because I didn't have a whole lot of money. But I'll talk about that later on, so remind me. But I want to quickly say, probably not quickly, I'm never quick about these sorts of things, but in this expedition that we didn't ask to be on, we are here and we choose to walk these paths. All of us have a path that we walk on. We have our own experiences, we have our own difficulties, we have our own shortcomings, we have our own challenges, we have our own joys, we have our own achievements, we have our own victories. We have so many things that happen to us on this expedition that we are going through in life. Hello, Hunter. Thank you for being here, Hun. It's good to see you. Hello. Much love, and I hope your day is going well. We are on this expedition called life, and that, to me, is a very, very special thing. And I talked a little bit about this on Thursday when I was fucking bawling my eyes out like a fucking pussy. But, you know, there's nothing wrong with crying either. Crying is perfectly fine. I needed a good cry, and I'm glad that I had that happen, albeit on stream. Not the best place for me to do that, but it ended up happening on stream, not because I wanted it to, not because I planned it. It just happened that way. But anyway, in lieu of what I was talking about on Thursday, I want to be very, very clear about this. People say that I'm killing it. People say that I'm doing well. People say that I'm successful in any regard. The reason why I'm here and why, you know, Expedition 33, that game, comes to mind is because, you know, I started this journey with streaming, and I started the journey with, like, this subathon as well. But mainly with streaming, I started this journey not knowing anyone. I was a baby. I was a fish out of water. I came onto the scene out of nowhere, and through the help of other people who I met through friends of mine at the time, I met so many people who gave me a chance and who gave me an opportunity to prove who I am. I had a lot of friends. I still have those friends. I don't really talk to them maybe as much as I used to, but a lot of the people who I initially met in VRCHAT are still people who are very important to me. I'll say these people by name because I know they're not watching right now. Maybe they lurk here and there, but I know they're probably not watching right now. But people like K-Theory, people like Philo, and, you know, others who unfortunately I'm no longer associated with. A lot of those people, also Chelsea Chan, like, a lot of those people gave me an opportunity to have an audience, because they didn't have to come on to my podcast. They didn't have to take me seriously at all. They didn't have to share their communities with me. People like Socks VR. She has rated me maybe like 5 times over the course of the 3 years that I've been streaming. And every single time she's rated me, it has always been, holy fucking shit, I can't believe that these Socks VR is rating me. So, like, I look up to these people. You know, I look up to a lot of these people who I've met along the way, this expedition of life. And my VRCHAT life has been very, very much indicative of the choices that I've made and the way that I've chosen to walk this path and the level of integrity that I have held in order to continue to move forward. And I think it's because of that integrity that I have as a person that people have given me a chance to actually grow and thrive in this space, despite me not always going into the meta, despite me working the meta every so often, you know? Like, I very, very much owe it to many of these people who gave me a chance very early on and who allowed me to interview them when my podcast was just, I didn't know what I was doing with my podcast. Literally, if you go to my YouTube and you watch my earliest episodes of the podcast, you can tell I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. You can tell. And then as time goes on, you can see me kind of learning a flow. You see me trying new things, new formats, new topics. I keep evolving my process because people kept giving me a chance. And it is only because of those people, especially kind of even later on, like not just the people who kind of gave me the start in the VRCHAT category, who allowed me to grow and thrive in the VRCHAT category, but also I want to say like people who have taken care of me and looked after me in recent months and in recent years, like Moxley also rating me and sharing her vibrant, very friendly community with me. Like who else has been very, very generous to me? Rogue again, who has been very, 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 very successful, very like really, really doing really awesome, very kick-ass things. She and I built a lovely, lovely friendship. Like Rooney also gave me a shot. Rooney also was like very, very early in my podcast, gave me a shot, gave me an opportunity to just meet these people, and they gave me the benefit of the doubt that I was real and I wasn't just going to disappear after like a year. You know, been quite the journey after all these years. Yeah, and like I've known Rooney for like I want to say like, at this point it's been probably like maybe like almost 3 years. Like I believe I subbed to you, Rooney, like right after I did my interview with you. I think that's what I did. I subbed to you like after that interview. So however long I've been subbed to you is about the amount of time that we've known each other, or at least have been like associated with one another like very closely. So like I am so grateful to the people who are already in the space, who have allowed my personal expedition through VRCHAT to flourish. Yeah, with Saturave all the way back when. Yeah, like everything kind of started with Saturave for me, and like all the people that I met in that space. You know, Turquoise, Redacted, DJ Redacted. Who else? Chelsea Chan, Rooney, Abeham. Even like I guess even to some degree, you know, Blackjacks. Like, there are a lot of people in that space who gave me a shot. Also, like, Silly Mom came around a couple of times, too. But, like, it's, like, a lot of people who give me a lot of chances and give me a chance to prove myself to these people. Yo, Nico, thank you so much for the follow, Nico. Welcome in. Welcome to the clubhouse. And I hope you enjoy your stay. But yes, like, it's been very, very much a lot of people give me chances and allow me to prove myself to them. And I don't take that for granted. I am very, very lucky to be where I'm at right now, because so many of these people, some of them, again, who I'm no longer associated with, some people who I still am associated with but don't really talk to as often anymore, people who have supported me and recognized me as someone who is worthy of, you know, attention and respect, even as just a fellow streamer kind of deal. Also, like, I guess people like Casual too. Like, there've been like so many people, who I've met along the way, who have been so generous to me, and I've met so many lovely people along this expedition. And at the end of the day, what we are doing as fellow streamers, as friends, as comrades in arms, though we are technically in competition with one another, it is not a competition. A lot of these people I am friendly with, I'm friends with, and though we are all vying for viewership and like trying to build our own individual communities, at the end of the day, we are friends. We support each other. We love each other. And regardless of the nature of being a streamer and needing to constantly remain relevant and rise among the ranks, at the end of the day, we need friends. We need people who are actually going to support us and fight alongside of us. And when shit goes south, we need people who are actually going to be there for us. And I am so lucky. Hey, what's up, Shocks? Like, again, like Shocks, who has also been very, very gracious to me, extremely gracious to me over the years. It's just like there's so many people, people I haven't named, that have been so trusting of me and have allowed me to flourish as a streamer, despite how everyone I know without a shadow of a doubt that every single one of these people, especially people like Moxley, who have been around the block for like a shit long, like Moxley's been at this for like over a decade. So like when you know people like that, and like Shocks has also been doing this for quite a long time too. When you know people who have been in the game for a long time, you see people come into the scene and then just disappear. They come onto the scene, they are around for a short period of time, and then suddenly they're gone. And like I think it's very, very easy to get used to that sort of thing. You get used to seeing people just disappear and fall off the face of the planet, because for one reason or another. But like these people who have been so gracious to me have chose to not see me as simply someone who is just going to give up. They chose to see me as someone who wasn't just going to throw in the towel. They believed in my podcast. They came on the podcast. So many people who are in my chat have been so kind to me. Coming onto my podcast, give me a chance to talk to them, give me a chance to really, people to learn more about them. And my podcast in and of itself has been a collaboration. It has always been a collaboration to give people an opportunity to get to know people in VRCHAT who are, for the most part, just living out their lives, doing their thing, maybe making content, maybe not making content, maybe not even streaming at all. They're just in VRCHAT trying to enjoy life and enjoy the journey that they're on. And again, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has been so gracious to me on this expedition. And I'm so grateful also for many of these people being so willing to fight alongside me, to defend me, to believe in me, to be comrades in arms. Sure, we throw jabs at each other here and there. We have to. That's the nature of the business. But even still, we support each other, we love each other, and I'm so grateful to have gained so many valuable comrades, so many valuable friends along the way. Because not everybody has that. Not everybody has that benefit of having as many connections or as knowing as many people as I do. And it can be very overwhelming sometimes. But I just want to take today, to kind of just talk with you guys. Because, we're in day 33 of the subathon. It's going to keep going, I guess. We're going to keep going for quite some time. There will be a bit of an announcement about the subathon. There'll be another announcement about the subathon probably on Monday. I'll bring that up in my Discord, but there will be it'll be a bit of an update to the subathon on Monday, most likely. So keep an eye out for that. But for the time being, we are here. We are here in this time, in this moment, on this journey. And we are so lucky, despite all of the terrible things that go on in the world. There are terrible things happening in the world every day. Some of those things we're not privy to, some of those things we are. But what matters is that we can continue to live out our lives and do the best that we can to bring joy to people. We as streamers are here to bring joy, to bring smiles, to have people to find someplace where they feel safe. And that is the kind of atmosphere that I create in my own way. Many of my other friends and comrades and my fellow streamers, they have their own ways of having people feel comfortable and safe in their communities. I have my own way as well. And not everybody is going to agree with that. Not everyone is going to be on board with my way of doing things, and that's perfectly fine. However, I do think that being as authentic as possible and being as true to yourself as possible is the way forward, and that is what people see. Over the long term, over the long haul, it is being authentically you in whatever way you choose to do so. That is what's going to appeal to people. That's what's really going to speak to people. And that's why I end up doing these philosophical chit chats. This is why, like, I don't try to be philosophical, chat. I don't try. It's just in my nature. It's in my nature to want to raise people up. It's in my nature to want people to understand where I'm coming from and to put into words that I hope that people can comprehend. And it oftentimes gets very deep into philosophy, into existentialism, into the nature of building friends and having these experiences that are so transient. All of these experiences, this time, this place, these moments, they're all transient, and we don't know what tomorrow will bring. All we can really do is do the best that we can today. And that is what I've been trying to do from the very beginning. And to kind of bring it full circle, I think it's because of that willpower and that desire to continuously improve and be better every day, that I like to think that that's something that the people who have been very kind to me, like many of you who may be lurking in chat right now, have said hi in chat earlier, many of you have recognized my pursuit of integrity, my pursuit of wanting to be as authentic and genuine as possible. And I think that's something that people can relate to. And I think that's what people need more of in this day, where so many things are fake, where so many things are artificial, where people are choosing to adopt artificial personas for the sake of becoming an influencer. People have they actively choose to not be themselves, and I think that is a choice that you can make. But I don't exactly agree with that choice. I think we need more people, especially in this space, especially in the VRCHAT space. People who are being authentically themselves, who are not allowing the meta to dictate what they do and how they do things, but simply to do what they want to do because they believe it has value. And that should be the barometer. Value should be the barometer. What value are you bringing to your community? What value are you bringing to your audience? What value are you bringing to yourself as a content creator? And as long as you are not betraying your own personal values, as long as you're not betraying your own way of living your life and who you are as an individual, do whatever the fuck you want. Because as long as it's authentically you, that is what's going to really, at the end of the day, you will be able to say, at least I was me. At least I gave it my best. At least I put on the best show I could ever do. And if it didn't work out, at least I tried. At least I didn't betray my morals and my standards simply to be something that I'm not. And I'm so grateful that people have seen that in me, and have trusted me as a fellow streamer to continually walk and live by those standards. Hello, N1. Hello, welcome in. Welcome in. It's good to see you. Welcome in. Well, thank you for following, by the way, N1. Welcome to the clubhouse, and I hope you enjoy your stay. So yeah, I'm very grateful. Be the best that you can be, little by little, every day. True. So true, Rooney. And I love that you put those inspirational quotes in your title. It's either in your title that you put them in, or you put them in your notification thing that pops up on Twitch. But I do like that you have a very motivational thing as well, that you like to do that as well. That's very, very cool. Also, Ziggy, hi. Good morning, Ziggy. Good morning, Ziggy. It's good to see you. But yeah, N1, I hope you're doing well. I hope your weekend is going well. You caught me in the middle of a thank you. You caught me in the middle of being grateful and me being gracious to people. Thank you for noticing. Of course. And that's another thing, chat. That's another thing. People don't realize. I mean, my fellow streamers don't really realize how much I watch them. they don't see. They don't. I try my best to not make a show of it. It's not really meant to be like, oh, I'm so important. Oh, look at me. I'm being such a good person. Blah 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 blah. No. A lot of my fellow streamers don't know just how much I care about them and how much I believe in them. And I watch them. I see what they do. I see more than what people know. I watch, I pay attention. It's not stalking, it's me paying attention. I think there's a difference there. What's up, Ray? Hello. It's good to see you, hon. Welcome. Thank you for being here, as always. My trusty mod. But yes, I watch so many people. And I kind of go through a rotation. I can't watch everybody at all the time. I know it's just having poke fun. I know. But I have to clarify for people who don't know Morra. There are people who are new here. So whenever someone in my chat says something that's like, you know, even if it is as a joke, there are some people who don't understand our culture yet. I know that you are joking, Morra. But for people who are new, I have to introduce them to our culture of poking fun at one another. That's what we do here. We have fun. We joke at each other, we tease at each other, but for people who are new, I have to clarify things for them. That's just what I'm doing. I gotta do that. But I pay attention to people. I pay attention to my streamers, my friends, because I want to see what they're doing. I want to support them. I don't just want to support them, but I want to see what they're doing. I want to see how they're pushing the elbow, I want to see how they are changing. I want to see how they're evolving. I want to be able to talk about them in an intelligent way when I'm asked about my friends, because a lot of the times a lot of us streamers we are so wrapped up in what we do as content creators that we don't really have a lot of time to really give that to our friends. We are so focused on what we're doing and so focused on being good streamers and, you know, making sure that we're creating good content and what are we going to do the next day, how are we going to relax, how are we going to enjoy our time away from streaming, away from just all of the hustle and bustle of that. It's been really cool to see Moxley being very, very, like, getting into skating again and just really, like, diving into that as a way of kind of disengaging from streaming for a period of time. It's so healthy to do that. It's so important to do that. But I watch people. I watch my friends. And I pay attention to what they're doing. And to me, I think being able to talk about what my friends are doing, to know what they're doing, to know how they're evolving and what they're doing and how they're handling their lives, and make sure they're okay, you know, and even make sure that they're just okay, is something that I try my best to do with all my comrades, not just my teammates, not just on Team Stupidity, but with everyone that I befriended along the way. I try my best. Thank you, Flurfy, for the drinking water. Thank you. And thank you so much, Ziggy, for gifting a sub to Morra. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate you. Mwah. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. But yes, I am, I'm doing well, Hiss. It's good to see you. Welcome in. I hope you're having a good rest from your week. I hope you're resting up and taking care of yourself. It's good to see you, Hiss. Thanks for dropping in, as always. But yeah, I like kind of chatting with you guys about things and like how like like I like to kind of share my thought process, because I think it can be very, very easy. It can be very, very easy to get caught up in stuff. To get caught up in the hustle and bustle of things. I think it can be very, very hard to like talk about things, because at the end of the day, we're all of us as streamers are very, very focused. But I don't want to just talk about streamers. I've talked about streamers for quite some time today. I want to talk about just you guys. I want to talk about you guys in the chat. Those of you who are perhaps not streamers. Those of you who are just here to be entertained. It's up to you, Hiss. It's up to you. You can make your own choices, but I appreciate you dropping in all the same. Yeah, Flair, it's good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thank you, Neff, for introducing viewers like myself to VRCHAT and these beautiful creators that use it. You call it home. Would have been blind to it all if I hadn't come across you. You're very, very welcome, Gar. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to introduce people to VRCHAT and like the vibrancy that exists in VRCHAT. It's VRCHAT is a very, very vibrant, creative place. And I know that it probably won't always be VRCHAT where you can do all these things, but VRCHAT in and of itself is a very, very vibrant, lovely, very, very, like, diverse place with diverse ideas. VRCHAT is both a scary and amazing place, as is reality. As is real life, Shocks. You know, fiction often mirrors reality. So, you know, it's not ironic it's not ironic at all that's the case. I mean, I guess it is kind of ironic, but it is very much just kind of how it is, you know? Oh, hello, Shala. Hello, good to see you. Hello, welcome in. I guess I like the interaction since I don't care to watch streamers who don't interact. Yeah. And that's kind of how it goes for a lot of people. I think a lot of people in chat are looking for some level of connection. And on this expedition, we're gonna keep running with this extended metaphor of Expedition 33. This is my 33rd day of my subathon, so we're gonna keep running with this metaphor. But this expedition of life that we're all on, it can be very, very difficult to find real, meaningful connection. And I do think that for a lot of people those of you who are watching in chat, those of you who are on your own journeys, who are doing your own things, who are doing what you can to just find some level of maybe someone who can actually get you, someone who can be a vibe that you can feel connected to. It is very, very challenging to find that in reality these days, because I think, at least in the United States, I can only talk about the United States, I do think that people these days have become quite divided, and the ability for people to have meaningful, down-to-earth conversations is dwindling. I think that is a very, very basic level of like living in a society that we are gradually losing. And I don't want to lose that. I don't want to lose the ability to have a discussion, a civil discussion with someone who I may disagree with. I don't want to lose that chance and that level of like living in a decent, upstanding, well-adjusted society where I can talk to someone who is of completely opposing views, or someone who I may agree with but maybe I disagree with on certain things. Like, I think it's so important for people to find connection, not just across lines, but also just in their own lives, where I think we are the most connected. I've said this in the past. I truly believe that we are the most connected we have ever been in human history. There is no place in human history where we have had access to such a deluge of information, of data, of ways to learn and improve ourselves. This is such a crazy, impressive time to live in right now. We are all so lucky, at least in the United States, at least in first world countries. We're very, very lucky to be here in this moment, in this time, because we are the most connected we have ever been. But on the flip side of things, I do believe that we are becoming that much more disconnected. We are that much more disconnected than we've ever been before, on a human level. So technologically speaking, we're very connected. Insanely connected. But on a human level, I do think that we are losing that human connection of understanding each other, being willing to put aside our emotional reactiveness towards things and be willing to listen to people who we disagree with, just to understand why they believe what they believe, so that we can have a civil discussion about whatever. And we need that. We continue to need that. We absolutely cannot lose that. Lots of mental things there, yeah, mental blocks. Yeah. I think that does happen. Like, people do go through a lot of things that keep people from connecting with others in that way. Both sides of the spectrum grow in their respective direction. Yeah, and I think it is in fact a spectrum. Like, how we connect with each other, how we talk to each other, it is a spectrum. It is very much a spectrum of how people are. We are all different, and we are all going through our individual expeditions of life. And I think it's important to not forget that. Houdini, yo, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the clubhouse. And I hope you enjoy your stay. But yes, we are all individuals in our own right. We grow up in different places, we grow up in different spaces, we grow up under different circumstances. Like I was saying earlier, I grew up not having a lot of money. I did not come from money. I am not someone who is privileged. I in some ways now have a privilege of being able to do what I do creatively, but again, that privilege only remains based on you guys finding value in what I do. And I'm very lucky to have the people like many of you who continue to watch me, the people who have followed, the people who have been here with me along the way. It's because of you guys that I continue to do and can do what I do, because it's not because of you feeding my privilege, it's because of you feeding that sense of connection that perhaps you have been longing for in your life. And again, to bring it full circle, I do think that people watch streamers. You all watch streamers. You watch people like me and many others who are my fellow comrades in chat, my fellow streamers, my friends. You watch them because you want that sense of connection. Because you believe that they can, in a world that is so interconnected, it is so easy to feel lonely, to feel like you're on an island. And I'm not sure how or why this has happened. Technology is a beautiful, wonderful invention, and it has shaped and molded our lives and given us an obscene amount of conveniences that we have never experienced in human history. All of us are privileged to be alive in this time, in this moment. But I do think that people are increasingly becoming more lonely. I think people are becoming increasingly lonelier for a variety of reasons. Yes. Everything that has benefits has detriments. Literally everything that has come around that has been beneficial to people, every tool that is beneficial does have its drawbacks. And this is something that I've been always cognizant of. This idea that though we are very fortunate to live in the time that we live in right now, we also are now having to contend with those drawbacks, with those detriments that technology has given to us. And now we have to remember what it means to be connected, what it means to be able to talk to people. We have to remember how to talk to each other again. And I do think that at its core, despite how potentially parasocial streaming can be, I don't want to look at it from that perspective. Like I said, every positive has a negative. Every tool that can be used to raise people up can be used to tear people down. And I understand that from a very philosophical point of view. But what I want to say is, I know many of you watch streamers because you're longing for a sense of connection that you're not getting in real life. I see you. And maybe you don't want to admit it to yourself. But I do think that many of you, perhaps, are hungry for a sense of connection. And I don't mean the physical. I mean just simply being able to interact with someone who actually is listening to you, who isn't going to criticize you for being you, who's actually going to give you that sense of companionship, and even if it's just like even if it is just in an entertainment sense. I believe that many of you are not getting that in reality, and that's why many of you come to VRCHAT. That's why many of you watch streamers who may be VRCHAT streamers. They're not always VRCHAT streamers. They could be other streamers. There are some lovely art streamers who do what they do, who connect with people in their own ways. There are people who play games really well, who connect with people in their own ways. There are people who dance and express themselves through creativity and through pixels. They use pixels and data to express their emotions and their feelings through movement and dance in a virtual space. There are so many ways that people can connect with one another, and I think that's what streaming brings. At its core, I believe that those of you who watch me and watch other streamers, perhaps you watch because in your daily life, you're not getting that sense of connection. And I'm grateful that I can give that to you. And I'm grateful that you entrust someone like me to give that to you, or to at least help you through those moments where life just seems like it's just going haywire, where reality and you're just getting kicked. You're getting kicked by just life. Life is just kicking you while you're down. And that's why I think people watch streamers, for that human connection that is so hard to get these days, I think. Feel free to disagree with me, feel free to agree with me, but I do think there's something to it. And I'm just grateful that I can be someone that can entertain you all, and also give you something that perhaps you've been missing in your life. At least in this time in your life. And I do it in my way, within my bounds. I'm not betraying my own standards. I'm not betraying my own morals. I'm not betraying my own values. I do this and share this connection in my own way, just like many of my other comrades do as streamers. And I'm grateful that many of you are okay with someone like me. Because at the end of the day, I'm just like you. I am. We're all humans, and we all long for connection. We all long to be understood. I'm just here to bridge the gap between the worlds. Perfectly fine by me, Gonzo. Perfectly fine by me. I believe communication starts with listening. There are some interesting common factors between people who are good listeners. It doesn't matter what the subject is, as long as you can both listen. Yes. I don't really worry about connections, or I don't think people are capable of it yet. That's interesting. It's an interesting thought. I think the reason why humanity has thrived and persisted is because we recognize the need for one another. We need each other. So I'm not quite sure if I agree entirely with what you mean by not worrying about connections. Maybe you have your own perspective on what it means to make a connection with somebody, Dirt. But I think at its core, I think humans recognize that we need each other. This expedition in life cannot be done alone. We need party members to walk with us, to fight alongside us. What a shame some of those streamers will never allow such a connection, at least. Well, again, everything that a streamer does, I'm not talking about the streamers who are resistant to that sort of thing. Again, I think there are some streamers who don't wish to connect in that sort of way, and I think every streamer can set their own boundaries. I'm not going to criticize any other streamer for how they choose to create boundaries between themselves and their audience. That is their choice and is their prerogative to create boundaries, and they should create boundaries. Every streamer should have boundaries set,
Oh my
That is absolutely a given. So I'm not gonna criticize anybody for doing that. But yo, Allie, yo! Hello! Welcome everybody from Allie's stream. Hello, hello. Welcome everybody. I hope you had a wonderful time with Allie, hanging out. After we do the shout out for Allie, I do want to make sure that we're getting a shout out for Moxley as well. I did say that earlier, so I would like to make that happen. So if we didn't do that already, I don't know if we did it already. If we didn't do that already, let's make sure that we get that after the cooldown is over for sure. I want people to check them out for sure. But hello everyone from Allie's stream. Welcome. My name is Nepherti. Maybe you know me, maybe you don't. That's okay, whether you do or don't. Hopefully I can get to know you and introduce myself with you guys. Hope you had a wonderful time over at Allie's stream. Hello, welcome in. This is my stream. My name is Nepherti. I am the legendary biker queen. We have a good time around here. We are very much I would say we're very much kind of a different kind of community. We're very, very open. I'm open to people sharing their opinions about things as long as it's within the confines of what we're talking about. We talk about a lot of real things here. We're very, very open-minded, and we like to talk about a lot of variety of things here. We have fun. We have a good time. We swear. We're very, very open. We're very much ourselves here. So if you'd like to be a part of that, you're more than welcome to hang out and chill. But otherwise, come and hang out. And thank you, Allie, again so much for the raid. I love you too. Love you too, hun. It's good to see you. I hope you had a wonderful stream. I hope you had a wonderful VRCHAT stream. I saw you hanging out with Rogue earlier, so I do hope that was fun for you and that you're able to enjoy your time with your community and chat. Looks like it was done. Okay, thank you, Ziggy. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you, Apple. Thank you for taking care of that. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, I'm glad it was done. But yeah, I'm so happy that you had a good stream. Thank you so much for sharing your community with me, Allie. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much for the love. I hope you guys from Allie's stream will give me a chance. I know it's very, very jarring to maybe hang out with a certain streamer and then, maybe be with another streamer. It can be very, very jarring for some people. But I do want to say that perhaps maybe you'll vibe with something that we're saying here or doing here. We do a lot of different stuff here. We're talking about a lot of different things here. So I welcome you to hang out if you'd like to. Allie, if you need to get some rest, if you need to chill out, get some food, get some noms, I totally understand. And you're more than welcome to hang out as well, Allie, if you'd like to. But it's totally your choice. You're super cool. So are you, Allie. So are you. I happen to know very, very cool people. I surround myself with very, very cool people. If I'm super cool, then I surround myself with very super cool people as well. So that is a given. All the people that I know are very, very cool. Very, very cool. Communication equals language. Okay, I see. Only connection based in communication. I mean, there are so many ways we can make connections with one another. Well, I'm talking about connections. So you agree that there are many other ways to make connections with each other. So you are agreeing with me. Yeah. I wasn't talking about communication. I was talking about connecting. And I generally mean that in the sense of like, how are we finding someone, or how are we experiencing that level of connection? And sure, communication is one way, but obviously watching a streamer, hanging out with the streamer, maybe you had a bad day, maybe you are going through a rough time, maybe you're dealing with something that's rough, and you just need to find a place or be around someone who's going to have that kind of vibe that you're looking for. That's going to be like, hey, I'm chilling. I can kind of turn my brain off and just kind of enjoy the streamer as a whole. And that's what streamers provide. We provide a level of connection that I think people who are oftentimes struggling to find someone who they can relate to or someone who they can feel comfortable around, I think that is a service that many of us offer as streamers. And I'm very, very fortunate in this expedition that we call life, to have a lot of comrades, a lot of party members who are willing to walk with me. A lot of party members like Allie. Allie is one of my party members. And there are many others who have been in chat and said hello and if sound off. And I saw Shala saying preach in the chat. And I vibe with so many of these people. And they've been so, so gracious to me. So, so kind to me. And I appreciate them as people. And we found that connection in that way as fellow streamers. We go through this journey, we walk this path together that is wrought with loneliness, with sometimes feeling a bit ostracized. Sometimes people come after us and try to tear us down because they're jealous of who we are and what we've become. They say that we've changed when they're the ones who have changed because they become jealous, and maybe they feel like animosity towards us because we were able to achieve what they could not. And being a streamer does come with its own range of emotions and struggles. And again, we're very, very lucky to have each other. Not just fellow streamers having one another, but for us as streamers to have you guys. You guys who are in our communities. You guys who continue to come back. You guys who are constantly supporting us and allowing us to do what we do and provide a method of which we can connect in a way that perhaps you need in this time. And I think that's special. I think that's special. Yeah, people are weird sometimes. Quite so. And I think weird is a very nice way of saying dickheads. Yeah. People are assholes. Or pieces of shit. Sometimes. But weird is a very, very nice way of putting it, for sure. But I'll just say it. I'll just say it. Communities allow streamers to have fun streaming. Yeah. But I mean, like, at the same time, I've come to find a lot of people in VR use it to be drama starters and backstabbers for stupid reasons. The dark side of VR is why I haven't had my headset on in almost 2 months. Well, I'm fine to talk about. I can talk about that. I was going to go into something else, but I can talk about that. I think the idea of running away from darkness is something that I think people are getting very, very used to. And I think what people are doing to accommodate for that sense of darkness, the sense of like evil, or whatever you want to categorize it as, people tend to run from that because they're afraid of what they may find. They're afraid of what they may see. They're afraid that they may become a victim of these drama starters and victim blamers. But for me, I say, you're not. No matter what you do or where you go, there is darkness everywhere. But where there is darkness, there is light. And I know that sounds super cheesy and super campy, but it's true. You cannot run from darkness. You can only strive to be the light. There is nowhere you can run. Whether you are in reality, or whether you are in a video game, or whether you are in VR or whatever, you can only turn off the darkness for so long. You can only run from your problems for so long. I don't run from it because I know that there are people like this who try to tear people down, who try to stir up drama. Oh, I see it. I've seen it in full form. And believe me, where I saw it recently, it was it was so diabolical. It was so terrible. Where I'm not gonna say where I saw it. I'm not gonna put that on them. But the shit that I've seen recently of people doing is absolutely atrocious. It's disgusting of how people can act and stir up drama around people. That is terrible. That people end up that way because they get sucked into the darkness because they're jealous, or because they have not reached a level of notoriety, or because one reason or another. Maybe they're just miserable in their daily life, and they try to tear people down. And streamers are very, very easy targets for people who are miserable to try to tear them down because they're miserable. So I'm miserable, so I'm gonna make this streamer miserable too. And you know how I combat that? I combat that by also I am not only the light, but I am also the danger. You don't want to fuck with me.
Yes, baby.
And that's how I deal with that. I let people know straight up and down that if you're gonna mess with any VTuber, I am not the one that you want to mess with. And that's how I deal with drama. That's how I deal with people who dare to try to tear me down. Because I will not let any sort of loser, with any sort of person with a loser mentality, who thinks that because they heard so-and-so say such and such, because they don't know how to do their own research, say whatever the fuck about me, or about my community. You don't want to fuck with me. And that's how I deal with it. I am both the light and the danger. At the same time, simultaneously. Anyone who tries to beat on my friends will also get messed up by me? Exactly. But I do think that it is important for a streamer to be able to defend themselves. I think a streamer needs to be able to stand up for themselves and handle the bullshit when it comes their way. And to do so with grace and candor. And I think that's also a skill. It's a very important skill for every VTuber to have. But unfortunately, there are many VTubers out there who don't know how to do that because they're very sweet and they're very unassuming, and they welcome people who are miserable into their communities, and then they try to tear them down and talk shit about them. It's really bad. It's so sad to see it happen to some really sweet people, some very lovely streamers, but there are just some VTubers out there who don't have a backbone, and more VTubers need to build a backbone. They need a backbone because people will come after them. The bigger you get, the more people know who you are, the more people are going to come after your ass. And you need to be able to deal with that in a healthy way that isn't going to let them win. What you don't want is for those people to you don't want to let those people win. Well, I just wrote simultaneously with you saying simultaneously. Hell yeah, Dirt. Hell yeah. I love that. I've seen dark things on the reservation, and living abroad is a different world than what people expect. Yeah, I'm sure. It definitely is. It definitely is. It's and like, hey, Dirt, we just made a connection there. We just straight up made a connection there. Boom. Sorry for the spam, but I've seen too many of who you described. No, it's not spam. It's fine. You're good. It's all good. Also, what's up, Blake? Hello. Welcome in. But yeah, like that is how I function. That is how I do. That is how I make myself known. And I think it is important for every streamer who has any sort of notoriety on any platform, wherever they stream, no matter where you are in your journey as a streamer, you should be doing everything possible to build a backbone. Build a backbone. Do not let people come into your stream talking shit, making you feel like you're like a bad person. Do not bend. Do not break. Well, I would say you can bend, but do not break. Do not let these people come into your domain and tell you how to run your show. Don't let them come into your domain and make you feel bad about being who you are. And I say this, I know many of you in the chat are not streamers. So you're not going to really relate to all this. But I've kind of gotten in this, like, in my pursuit of kind of tying together connection and how you all as people in the audience connect with the streamer and how valuable and how beautiful that is, that we can find connection in one another. Because again, a lot of VTubers, a lot of content creators are very lonely. Like this journey is very lonely. Sometimes we do have friends and we have people that we can confide in, but you know, being a content creator, a full-time content creator like I'm a full-time content creator. In case you all, newsflash for those of you who didn't know, this is my job. Hi, this is my job. I do this for a living now. I got laid off from my job at the beginning of last year. I got laid off. I've been with that company for 5 years. I worked for a tech company, and I was with them for 5 years. I did a lot for that company. I helped them a lot, but they laid me off because technology, AI, became more valuable than having a human touch. I don't know where they're at now. I haven't been paying attention to them. I've been watching them. They laid me off because they were not making money, I guess, or not making enough money. Whatever the reason, I got laid off. This is my job now. Hi. I'm a full-time streamer. Content creator. Hi. Welcome to a Nepherti stream. My point in saying that is that it can be very, very lonely when you are a content creator. It can also be very, very... Putting yourself out there to people can also be very debilitating. It can be exhausting to put yourself out there constantly, day after day. And that can wear on a person. And that's why it's so important to have friends in this space that we can turn to, which many of us do. I know many of you in the audience, those of you who are my fellow streamers, I know you guys have friends. Maybe I'm one of those friends who can turn to. You know, it is important to have a community of people who are loyal and trustworthy, but at the same time, not parasocial. Like, we have communities that we build, that we trust and we believe in, and we try to create the best content that we can for them. So it is the support of the support of fellow streamers that we need, because we're very lonely people. It is the support of our communities individually that continue to believe in us and allow us to exist. And the third and final thing is for us as content creators, whether we are full-time or part-time, to have a backbone and to not allow the words of others to make us stop doing what we love. And I say this for everyone else that's out there who may be struggling to have a backbone. Maybe you're just too nice. And this is just for streamers too. Maybe you're just a very nice person. Maybe you're a people pleaser. Also, Nanny, please do not spam. I see you. Please just use your words. I appreciate you being enthusiastic, but please do not spam. You don't need to do that. That hinders the conversation with people who want to speak up. So Apple, can you take care of that, please? Thank you. In any case, Apple, just take care of it, please. Just remove them. Let's see. People are just really hard to have a solid talk with. I wonder why. I don't know. I don't know what happened to that. I don't know what happened with that. But I don't know why people are struggling to have conversations with people. But that's really in a lot of ways my modus operandi. My purpose for being here is to let people know and to show people that it's good and that it's possible to have conversations. My podcast, in and of itself, is a beacon to let people know that it's possible to have conversations with people. I want to have conversations with people that people don't exactly like. However, I have to worry about my fucking reputation if I want to talk to certain people because of just how the nature of VRCHAT is, which sucks. And I don't want to have to do that, but I have to. I would much rather be able to talk to whoever I want to talk to. And honestly, I think at some point I may get to a point where I'm just not going to give a fuck. I think at some point I'm just going to get to a point where hopefully I can get to a point where people will take me serious enough or take the podcast seriously enough where I can just ultimately have the leeway to talk to whomever I want. People are going to talk shit. They're going to say whatever the fuck. They're going to criticize me. And I'd be like, go fuck yourself. I want to have a conversation with somebody that you disagree with and that I maybe don't agree with entirely. But I want to have a talk with them anyway. And I want to get to that point where I can just do that. I'm not there yet. My point in saying all of that is that I think it's important for people to be able to have conversations with one another. And I don't know what happened, and I think technology is partly the reason for that. But I do think it's so important for people to just be able to talk to each other. And for people who want that connection to go where they can find that connection. Wherever they are, whatever you're doing, find that connection with people. Whether it's through a streamer, whether it's through a friend that you met, whether it's through VRCHAT or otherwise. Whatever. You should seek out that connection. So I'm gonna double back for a little bit. I'm gonna double back because I've missed some messages. But hello, again, hello, Blake. I appreciate the compliment, by the way. Thank you so much. If you're still here, thank you for the compliment. I'm sorry, I've been kind of like I've been doing the thing, been doing the philosophical yapping thing. But I appreciate you being here. Appreciate you hanging out. Let's see. I'm not running from darkness. I did high school childish drama years ago. I need to live it again. I don't need to live it again. You know, honestly, Sapphire, that's real. If you're still there, if you're still in the chat, Sapphire, I completely agree with you. If you don't want to deal with, because like a lot of the drama stuff is high school. It is high school level drama that happens in VRCHAT. Trust me, I get it. So if you want to be away from that, that's totally okay. And that's a choice that you can make. And I respect that. Okay. Dark and light must exist at the same time on the same coin. One cannot exist without the other, like life and death. Exactly, Flairfy. Is it actually? I didn't. Is it Flairfy? Is it Flarfy? Is it Flarfy or Flairfy? Apologies if I've been saying it wrong the entire time. Flarfy or Flairfy? Let me know. Let me know. Let me see. Alright, okay. Just kind of scrolling through chat. Yeah, Neff, you're awesome, but there are VRChat streamers that use that to take advantage of people and twist their communities into sycophants and toxic crusaders. Yeah. Every streamer has the power to mold their community in a certain way. Like I've said this before, every streamer is an echo chamber. Every streamer is an echo chamber, and it is necessary to understand that on a philosophical level, as well as on a diplomatic level. Every streamer has the ability to shape their community in a certain way, and I have tried my best to shape my community into a group of people who are willing to be open and be gracious to one another. I guess in my attempt to do that, I have grown a community of people who are largely introverted and just want to just vibe and watch what I do. I wanted to create. I still want to create a community of people who are outspoken and maybe are very like honest and true and open with their thoughts and just being very like welcoming to other people. But I do know that like I have drawn in a number of people who are just in their core introverts and just want to be here and experience me as the streamer without having any sort of responsibility placed onto them. But that's just my community, and that's okay. That's fine. It is what it is. But yes, there are streamers, not just VRChat streamers, there are just streamers in general who can make their communities do terrible things and go after other communities. And you know what? I would like to think that my community will be strong enough and will be stable enough to withstand any sort of attack that people may think that they can come at me with. I would like to believe that you guys, though you are introverts and maybe you're not very verbal, maybe you don't say very much in chat, you may be introverted, and that's okay. I'm fine with you being introverted. But at the end of the day, I would hope that you believe in me and will continue to stand with me as, times change, as we grow, as we mature, as we meet more people, as we invite more people into our community, as we inevitably have people coming after us. If we are growing, if we are improving, if we are making an impact in the world and on people's lives in some shape or form, there will be those who will try to tear me down. And they will come after me, and they'll come after my community. And I want you all to know that you all are badass. And you don't have to bend to any person who has loser mentality, who's going to come into our space and tell us what to think and how to believe and how to act. Because you all already know what that's about. You know what I'm about. You know what you're about. And maybe you're still figuring out who you're about. We can figure that out together, over time, in life, on this journey, as we venture together. We're on this journey together. This isn't just my story. This is our story. Together, as a community. With my friends, who are fighting by my side, who are my fellow streamers, who support me in what I do, and I support them. And you all in chat, who continue to believe in me, and essentially keep me alive. I am Tinkerbell. Every streamer is Tinkerbell. Every streamer. All of us are Tinkerbell. As long as you keep clapping, we will continue to exist. The moment the clapping stops, we die. So, again, very grateful to all of you who continue to keep clapping for me. It sounds cheesy, it sounds funny, but it's real. I'm using a metaphor to describe something. I'm simplifying something that is very psychologically and metaphorically real. That is the nature of every streamer. At our core. And it sounds funny, but I think that is a metaphor that people can understand. Thank you for clapping for her. Nef can pull off a Tagia. Tagia, she has that strength. I'm not sure who Tagia is, but I appreciate the compliment, Blake. Thank you. I consider you a friend, so I don't see me leaving you. So I don't see you leaving me. Rogue, Nikki, or any of my friends who do stuff. Thank you, Allie. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. Like, I consider you a friend too. I want to be there for my friends. The people who are my friends and my fellow streamers, you all have done so much for me. You all have done an exceedingly massive amount for me. Tiger V. Okay, got you. So you're comparing me to another VTuber. Thanks, Blake. I mean, I appreciate the compliment all the same, but you know. I see Vane doing the small claps. Oh, hello. It's so high school, dumb stuff. It's literally killed some of my favorite streamers. Yeah. It's so wild. Like, I know Vane said something earlier about this, but there are just streamers who are just so nice, who are so chill, that they allow high school drama to tear them down and rip them apart. And then those streamers have to go get therapy because they can't handle just people coming after them because of whatever reason or another. Because they're too nice. They haven't experienced, I guess, real adversity. I don't really know why that happens, but I encourage people, not just streamers, but people who are people pleasers, people who are just too nice to grow a backbone. Whatever you have to do, you grow a backbone by fighting. You grow a backbone by taking on challenges, by voluntarily taking on adversity. That is how you grow a backbone. But you have to do so. You have to, because life will not pull back its punches. Life will come at you with all of its fury and intensity. And people, for whatever reason, will give in to the darkness. They will give in to the loser mentality, to the high school drama that maybe they were picked on when they were in high school. And they will do whatever it takes to tear somebody down, to tear you down. Whether you're a streamer or a viewer, people will come after you and try to tear you down. Whether it's at a job opportunity, whether it's at a promotion, whether it's, maybe it's just a friend dynamic. People will come after you because they give in to the darkness. You don't have to. You can be better. You can be stronger. You can withstand it. And though it will suck, and though it may be painful, you can do it. And I hope that more VTubers out there will grow a fucking backbone and not let these losers win. Don't let these losers take from you what you love. Never. Ever, ever. Neff, you've proven yourself to me time and time again, so I'll never go anywhere. It's a shame so few in the VRCHAT streamer community have more so few in the VRCHAT streamer community have morals like you. Well, I'm not a saint. I'm no saint. But I appreciate the compliment, Sapphire. Thank you very much. Also, Skill Burner. Hello, Skull Burner. Hi. I'm so sorry. I've been kind of like all over the place. We had a little bit of a distraction for a little bit ago, but hello, Skull. Hello. I'm sorry I didn't say hi to you. I mean, okay. So I mean, why don't you just do it anyway and not care what people think? You got the community and friends that will back you either way. I'm not there yet, Allie. I'm not there yet. Woo! Thank you so much for the 1,000 biddies, Allie. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's very generous of you. You didn't have to do that. Thank you so much. Mwah. Thank you, Allie. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. But I know I could just do it, but I just, again, the nature of VRCHAT, there are aspects of VRCHAT that I can't really talk about. Just like in reality, there are sectors of society that we don't really talk about or don't really know about because they're kind of in the underground, they're very much in the underworld of VRCHAT. It's for those reasons that I just can't talk about those sorts of things, and I can't talk to certain people. Maybe there will come a point where I'm able to do that, Allie, but that time is not now. We're not strong enough yet. We must become stronger as a community. My reputation and not just as a podcaster, but as a streamer and content creator, that has to mature a fair bit more before I'm able to do that. We're just not there yet. But I do hope that eventually we will get there. In due time. So yes. Yeah, I'm not asking for anyone in my chat to fight, Danny. That's my job. My job is to defend and protect my community. I will protect and defend what I have built, and that is every streamer's responsibility. And that is what I will do. And I'll continue to do so. You don't have to fight. But I would expect that if someone comes after me, and if they say some shit about me, I would hope that you guys will know my character. You will know the kind of person that I am and that I purported to be all this time. That is, those people will try to lie and say shit and try to tear me down because they don't like who I've become. People have come into my stream. I've actually been harassed. You guys may not know this because I've been very, very low key about it. But I've actually been harassed multiple times. Probably by, I don't know if it's by the same person, but I've been harassed a number of times. And the reason why I don't talk about it is because I don't want to give oxygen to those people with fucking loser mentality. But I have been harassed a number of times throughout my journey as a streamer, as Nepherti. But I solve it, I take care of it, I do away with it because it's very easily solved. It's so easily solved. So easily done away with. And eventually people give up. They think that they will win in a moment. People think that they will come at me and win in a battle of attrition against me. The thing is, like I've been saying all this time, you don't want to fuck with me. You don't know what I've gone through. You don't know what I've seen. You don't know what I've had to do. You do not want to fuck with me. There's a reason my lore is being ex-Yakuza. And so they make the mistake and they think they're going to win in a battle of attrition against me, and they're not. I have endured more than many of you know. So when people come at me and try to tear me down, I hope that my community will believe in me, and that's all I ask. My way, your way, chat, you all who believe in me and trust me and watch my content and support what I do, the way that you quote-unquote fight is by trusting in me. Continuing to show up, to not lose hope in what I do, and not lose hope in me, to not lose belief in me, to continue doing the clappy claps, and continue to believe in what I do. That is how you fight. I will take care of the actual fisticuffs. Don't worry. I got it. I got that under control. I just need you guys to continue to keep believing in me. Because it will happen. And I believe it will happen on a scale that I won't probably be able to keep under wraps. It will happen in the spotlight. And I'll have to address it. But we'll see. But we'll see. But for now, I'm not too worried about it. Hello, Suku. Hello, welcome in, welcome in. Good to see you. I hope your Saturday is going well. In terms of the shit hits the fan and you hit a near impossible wall like they did, you can make that comeback just like Taiga. You should look them up in your own free time. You appreciate the comparison. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm not in the midst of a comeback. I mean, that would be that's certainly like inspirational. That's an inspirational story, but I don't really. I'm not trying to make a comeback because I haven't fallen off, and I hope that I don't have to make a comeback. I don't want to have to make a comeback. I want to already be here. I want to be here, present. I don't want to have to come back anywhere. Honestly, what it truly is being comfortable in yourself and not needing toxic people around themselves. Also truly believing good people will back you when you need it. Yeah, for real. Only recently have I truly learned this for myself. Also take some bits. Thank you for the 1,000 biddies again, Allie. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, like truly believing good people will back you up when you need it. Those people are hard to find. They're hard to find. But I think we've I think we've built something. We are in the process of building something that I think will endure. So yes. I'm comparing your resolve, not the content. Oh, thank you, Blake. I appreciate that. Thank you so. Oh my God, Blake. Whoa. Oh my gosh, Blake. Jeez. Thank you so much for the 20. The 20 gifted subs, Blake. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, Blake. Thank you so fucking much. Thank you for the 20. Mwah, 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 mwah. Thank you so much for the 20. I know that wasn't 20 kisses, but I do a maximum of 10. I do a maximum of 10. Thank you so much for the 20 gifted subs, Blake. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. I know you've been very busy, Blake. I know you've been out of the picture for a little bit. You've been very, very busy working your job, but I really do appreciate you so much. Thank you. That means a lot to me. Yep, never give them an inch. Exactly, Vane. Never give them a fucking inch. Tough kitty? True. That made me excited in a way I didn't expect, Guh. You are, Ray, you have always been a very unique kind of guy that I've always enjoyed. I've always enjoyed your ability to appreciate a more hands-on approach. You've always been very much appreciative of my more aggressive stances, in which I have been very steadfast in my resolve. But yes, I'm glad that you appreciated that. Yeah, that's fucking wild, Blake. Just 20 bomb out of nowhere. So many people sniped. So many people, even Skull who got sniped. My Saturday's been pretty good, just vibing, chilling. How about yourself? My Saturday's been great. It's been very, very short-lived. I woke up pretty late today, but I basically woke up and then an hour and a half later I went live. So, more like in an hour. Like an hour after I woke up, I went live. So, yeah, I was up pretty late last night. I was up very, very late last night, so context was important for that. Thank you for the context by adding 20 gifted subs to the context. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Very much appreciate that. But yeah, my Saturday's been alright. It's been very short-lived, but I've been alright. Hell yeah. Okay. Wait, hold on. Okay. Okay. I was just making sure that wasn't something serious. I got a text from one of my mods. I want to make sure that wasn't anything serious. Okay. But yeah. I am the danger. I am the one who knocks. Walter White, also Nephi. Yes. I do oftentimes draw upon Breaking Bad. I do. I really loved Breaking Bad as a show because I think it showed. Well, I don't want to get into it. I love Breaking Bad as a show, and I often draw upon that in my rhetoric, we'll say. So I'm glad you guys can appreciate that. Yeah. Thank you so much for the 20 gifted, Blake. Easy. If Neff's Walter White, then I'm Hector Salamanca. Why would you compare yourself to We're on the same side, Danny. We're on the same side. We're on the same side. I wouldn't. You're not Hector. You're silly. We're replying to my message from 30 minutes ago. No. I actually replied to your message from 30 minutes ago, Hiki. But someone else referenced Breaking Bad in the chat. So I actually did mention, like, I read your comment. It was like, I am the danger. So I did read that. So no worries. 11 kilometers. 11 kilometers. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the community. Welcome to the tribe. And I hope you enjoy your stay in the clubhouse. Let's just see. Let's see. Okay. Wow. Huh. Interesting. Very, very, very recent account. 2025. But maybe you're real. I would, like, if you want to say hello, that'd be great. If you could say hello as 11 kilometers, that'd be great if you could say hello. You seem to have a very, very recently created account on Twitch. So, yeah, I'd appreciate that if you could say hi. 1,500 biddies. Whoa, holy shit, dude. Thank you so much for the 1,500 biddies. Blake, relax. Like, I know you're very, very excited. I appreciate you being so generous. Thank you so much for the 1,500 biddies. Thank you. I appreciate that very, very much. So, it's very, very kind of you, Blake. Thank you. I do appreciate that. Give me a wheelchair and a bell. Oh my gosh. Give me a wheelchair and a bell, and I'd be a Hector Salamanca. Oh my goodness, that's ridiculous. That's so funny. But yeah, guys. Yeah. I am. A lot of what I've been talking about today, you know, that is pretty hilarious. It's very, very funny. A lot of what I've been saying tonight has been so much on the grounds of being grateful. It is me showing gratitude. And I've talked about VTubers, I've talked about my fellow streamers, I've talked about VRCHAT, I've talked about you guys, my chat, my community, those of you who've been here. I've talked about a variety of different ways that I strive to raise people up and to show people what they can become and what they are worth. And I want nothing more than for the people in my community to know their worth, to know and to understand that they have value here. They matter. If you've never felt like you've mattered in a community before, if you would like to feel like you can matter here. And even if you are not part of my community, you matter anyway. Because we're all humans. We're all on this journey. We all are walking this path. We are all on this expedition of life, and we need each other. We need people who will walk beside us. We need loyal comrades who will stand with us. We need people who will continue to believe in our existence and believe that our existence is worth maintaining. We need each other. Not just streamer to streamer. Not just streamer to chat. Not just chat to streamer. But as people. As humans. Hello, Gomer. Hello, hi. Thank you so much for dropping in and saying hello. Hi. Well, thank you for thanking Blake, but hi. Hi. I hope you're doing well, Gomer. Thanks for jumping in. I just had a convention with my best friend in Atlanta. It really separated me from all the chaos and the stupid drama and stuff that's been going on. You really realize how much some people just do not matter? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's those are very key life lessons that are oftentimes learned in your 20s. So I'm glad that you are learning these things, Allie. There are some people that are just not worth the effort. You can give them a chance to show themselves. You can give them a chance to prove themselves, but sometimes people will just come after you and turn on you for no reason other than their own lack of confidence. And there are a lot of people who lack confidence in this world, and there are a number of people who will come after you and who will try to tear you down and tell you that you're a loser, and tell you that you're nothing, and tell you that you'll never amount to anything, or that you're cheating, or that you're doing such and such a thing that is, against the TOS or whatever. Like, there are people who are just drama stirrers because their lives are miserable. They don't have any comfort. They have no way of actually achieving anything. They don't even know where to begin to start achieving anything, and they're simply mad that someone else is doing something that they couldn't even begin to dream of doing. And that, unfortunately, is the case for many people. And a lot of people want to use their misery to bring people down along with them. But I will not allow it. I will not allow my friends to be torn down. I will not allow what I have built to be torn down. At least, unless it's by my own hand. Which I have no intention of doing anytime soon because I love what I have. I love what I do. And of course, I wish to encourage all of you in chat to not allow anyone in your life. If people in your life are telling you that you're a loser, if people in your life are telling you that you're not going to amount to anything, even if it's your own parents, even if it's your own kin telling you that you will never amount to anything, prove them wrong. Do not let their words win. Do not let their words become reality. A lot of people, including very, very nice people, very, very nice, well-to-do people, let their lives be taken for a ride because they allow the slanderous words of other miserable people to seep into their soul and stop them before they've even begun to dream, to kill their dreams, to kill their motivations. Do not let these losers win. Do not let people who have no ambition, who have no motivation, tear you down. And again, that's not just for streamers, that's for you. Chat. You guys. You guys are capable of so many things. We all are capable of doing things. Maybe not on the same level as other people, and we're not supposed to compare ourselves to others, so stop comparing yourselves to other people. All we can do is what we are here to do. And the best that we can do as people is try our best to be the best version of ourselves that we can be every day, to whatever degree that we can. And to most importantly, not let the words of other people who haven't achieved jack shit in their lives tell us that we won't amount to anything. The expedition is not meant to be done alone. It is never meant to be alone. This is not a solitary thing. Life is not a solitary journey. It doesn't have to be. It can be, but it's a lot harder that way. So be willing to reach out, be willing to encourage, be willing to raise up, be willing to grow a backbone, because you're gonna need it. We'll love to chat longer on this stuff over drinks sometime after the subathon, of course. Well, I mean, the nature of my subathon and the way that I've ordered my subathon to kind of, you know, let's bring things a little bit lower. Let's kind of bring things a little bit down, you know. You know, we've been up here. I've been doing that queen shit for like 2 hours already. So apologies for being on my queen shit. Sorry about that. But the way that I've kind of organized my subathon is to allow for me to hang out with people. The problem is, my time is still very, very limited. I'm able to spend time with people, but there are things that I personally would like to do, and so like if I'm happy to plan things, I'm happy to schedule and make time for people to hang out and to talk with them for sure. I would love to do that with you, Ali, for sure, and anyone else who'd want to talk with me and chit chat over drinks. I've taken whenever like I buy alcohol, I tend to have alcohol for like a couple of like 2 weeks, and then after I've had alcohol for 2 weeks, I then just kind of step away from alcohol for like a month. I just won't drink alcohol for like a month to kind of like give myself some time away from that. But yeah, I would love to talk over drinks. I love to hang out with my friends. I love to talk with people. But the thing is, my time is very, very limited. So when I don't have a plan, or I don't have someone who is like, oh my gosh, someone's calling me. Hold on. Oh wait. Oh wait. Hold on. Chat. I will be right back. I gotta run. I think my delivery is here. It came really, really early. I'll be right back. Okay. Don't go anywhere. Mwah. BRB.
love is an ocean. Love is an ocean. Love is an ocean. Love is an ocean.
Hey, chat. Hi. Sorry. Sorry, I had to step away so quickly. My delivery arrived. I plan on engaging in some liquid debauchery. So, that arrived. So. Did I hear a cheer? No, I'm not drinking right now. I haven't even eaten yet. Thank you for the welcome backs, everyone. Thank you so much. I appreciate the welcome backs. Thank you so much. Omega, you can cheers me later. How about that? Cheers me later. Turn that Sag into a Gladge. I'll hold you to it. Okay. True. I got you. But yes, my liquid consumption returned. Oh, not liquid consumption. I just drank some water, so I just consumed some water. But like I was saying before, I usually take a step away from alcohol for like a couple of weeks before I purchase it again, because I kind of just want to I'm trying to train my body to actually get drunk off of alcohol, because my body does not get drunk off of alcohol anymore. I literally nothing that I drink gets me intoxicated anymore. I'll have to see if sake will get me drunk, because I used to drink a lot of sake when I was younger. Just see what I do. No, I've tried that. I can't have more. No, I can't just have more of that. You're a hyper lightweight. Yeah, I mean everyone's body chemistry is different. So I mean you may be a lightweight right now, but you could always not be a lightweight if you not want to be. Like I was lightweight when I was in my 20s. I was lightweight too. Not saying that I'm not in my 20s, but you know, when I was younger, you know, I was able to drink. I was very light on the alcohol, but then I experimented a lot. I did a lot of experimentation. You remember that one night? Yeah, I do. That's fine. That's totally fine. I'm also a very sleepy drunk. As chat well knows, I am a sleepy drunk. Yes. How ironic that the cat girl is a sleepy drunk. Wow, such mind blown. I know, it's crazy, right? Have more of it. Actually, but I'm a heavyweight. I'm not a lightweight by any means, but for whatever reason, when I drink alcohol after a certain time, I just pass out. So I have to be standing up with constant mental stimulation. I need to be visually and mentally stimulated for me to stay awake. If I am not both physically and mentally stimulated in any shape or form, I will fall asleep. If I drink with friends, I love it, and I think drinking with friends is great. I think drinking with friends is one of the most enjoyable things that you can do. Obviously, you can have enjoyment with friends without drinking. I do not if you do not wish to drink, do not drink. Drink responsibly. I do not encourage people to intoxicate themselves if they do not wish to. But I do. I literally just did. Drink water. It's good. Nephi cheers to me veg. That's funny. Oh yeah. It's no secret that I'm a sleepy drunk. It's no secret. That's funny. I have to be very, very careful about that though. So what I'm gonna do, I've been trying various approaches towards alcohol consumption. I've been trying various methods. So tonight, the stuff that I bought, what I'll be doing is I'll be drinking a sufficient amount over time, over the period of 2 to 3 hours. but it'll be like sufficient. It'll be like, when I say sufficient, like probably more than usual. More than usual, but sufficiently enough. And I'm hoping that by the time I reach, like, I don't know, like maybe midnight or something, I'm hoping by like midnight or 1 a.m., I'm hoping that I'll be on like at a point where I can just kind of like be like just chilling and hopefully be actually intoxicated at that point. That's what I'm hoping for. I don't know, but we'll see. I'm gonna try. Damn, we were supposed to wait to start? No, I'm not drinking right now. oh, you mean you're drinking right now, Hiki? Yeah, I know. You've been enjoying your weekends quite well. I was a creature yesterday and still went to go dance for like an hour at 4 a.m. Hey, yeah, you needed that. You needed that energy. That is what you needed. You need that time. You need that enjoyment. You need that vibe. But yeah, and sometimes you just have to be a creature. Sometimes you have to just go ham. You gotta go ham, get down, have a couple of dances, kiss a couple of femboys, and do a whole bunch of different, maybe go pet a furry, there are ways to enjoy yourself in VR chat that are unconventional from real life, which is why it's so great. Just go pet a furry, LMAO. I mean, just go pet a furry. You'll feel better. You'll feel better. Trust me. I guess there are worse ways to spend your time in VR chat. I guess. Can I pet that dog? Can I pet that very attractive anthropomorphic female tiger? Can I pet that very, very buff-looking fox lady that is also anthropomorphic? It doesn't roll off the tongue as well as can I pet that dog? It doesn't roll off the tongue that well. Just go pet a furry. Dang, so you start petting me. I know why now. No, I don't need any. I don't need any. Like how people have like comfort like they have what are they called, like comfort? They're not comfort animals. They're like oh god, what are they called? What are they called? The people who have like the animals that like they're like they need them, like they're like registered animals, support animals. Yes. Yeah. I don't need a support animal. I'm not gonna take my furry friend and be like, hey, I need a support animal. Head pats because I need that right now. Feeling support furry. Comfort bitches. No, that's me. Blake, I am the comfort bitch. I'm not a support furry. So yeah, that's me. Emotional support. Yeah, emotional support. Yes, emotional support. Yeah. Service animals, but also I meant emotional support animals. That's right, what I meant. That's what I meant. Support furry, comfort bitch. Could be a vibe. Sounds like a crazy video. That'd go hard on the blue site. Actually, no. Actually, it'll go so hard it'll get banned. Because of what Fansly has to do now. It's not Fansly. It's the fucking like bank. It's the banks that are doing that shit. It's not Fansly. Fansly just has to comply with the banks. But yeah. It would go so hard to get banned. Unfortunately. Oh man. But anyway. But yeah, I wasn't thinking in that way, but yeah, I don't know. Hey, I'm just saying. idea, like my brain is just full of ideas. I have many ideas. That is all I will say. In general, I have ideas in general. I am an idea person. Payment process trying to bring about the being black market. Yeah. I mean, that's what's gonna happen. You know, like eventually, you know, just like in Cyberpunk. Oh wait, okay, no, I don't want to get on like yesterday, guys. Yesterday. If you missed yesterday's stream, I was on some shit yesterday, chat. I was on some shit, like I was playing Doom. I was playing like classic 1993 Doom yesterday because it was purchased for me, so I wanted to just kind of spend that Friday just kind of playing Doom for fun, but like. I was talking for the majority of the stream. I was talking about how artificial intelligence is going to take over, just society at large, and I was kind of like hypothesizing or theorizing how I believe that AI will affect humanity as a whole, both in a mental and both in a emotional and psychological and social sense. But yeah, I was talking about that the entire time I was playing classic Doom on stream yesterday, and honestly, I think I cooked. I think I cooked pretty hard, and it wasn't just me. It was Darknef. It was Darknef doing that. So, it was a much different stream yesterday. Let me tell you. But I think it cooked pretty hard. I think Darknef and Doom, they go very well together. So yeah, I had a lot of fun yesterday. But I'm having fun just hanging out with you guys. It's been really, really nice. I know I've been very much on my I've been very much kind of like talking about a lot of stuff and chatting about like am I light enough? No. Generally speaking, I am in constant flux. I'm yin and yang. I am both dark Nef and regular Nef at the same time. I am both separate and one. So yes. So there is the distinction, because like you guys heard how I was talking before. Like you heard how I was kind of expressing my thoughts about people having a backbone. That's how you know. That's how you know there is a harmonious balance that I seek to maintain within my soul, of both light and dark. And you can kind of tell, and how you can kind of, if you listen closely to how I talk and how I speak, you can kind of hear like those elements of like how I'm expressing myself, how one is more, I guess, intense, we'll say, than how I normally talk to people. Motto, hello. Welcome in. Thank you for following. Welcome to the clubhouse. And I hope you enjoy your stay. Welcome in. So yeah, you can kind of tell by the way that I speak. There's definitely like a yin-yang type deal going on. So I am both at the same time. I am both one and both at the same time. And I've recently become very, very comfortable with talking about, my duality. And the thing is, it's not my duality. It is a fact of humanity. Humans in general have a duality to them. We've always been dualistic beings. How do you think we do wars? How do you think we kill one another? How do you think we do all these terrible things to each other? It's because we both have the ability to care for our families, or a person has the ability to care for their family, but also then go, do whatever terrible shit they do. So there is, we all have a duality. We all have the ability to be both. Problem is, I think a lot of people tend to think that they are just one. They think that they are just, I want to be a good person at all times. And one should not aim, in my opinion, one should not aim to be a good person at all times. If you are a good person at all times, you run the risk of being a doormat for people. And I realized very, very early in life that being anyone's doormat is unpleasant. Being stepped on in any other way than in a consensual atmosphere with consenting adults is not a way that I want to be stepped on, personally. I'm not really into the whole steppies thing myself in terms of me getting stepped on, but people are into that sort of thing, so I want to be inclusive. That's what we do here. We're a very inclusive community where we talk about all sorts of things, like people getting stepped on and appreciating steppies. But what I mean is, people in general have this tendency to think that they just want to be a good person in life. And I truly believe that being just a good person, you run the risk of ultimately being, less than of who you want to be. You run the risk of ultimately becoming someone that is a doormat for others. And no human should be a doormat for others. But that is why it's so important to find common ground. And that's why it's so important to stand up for yourself when you do not like something. Standing up for yourself is a way of valuing yourself and knowing who you are and what you are about. And I think there are a number of people, especially younger people these days, who don't really know what it means to stand up for yourself. And actually, I think some younger people do think they know what it means to stand up for themselves, but that usually involves violence or toxicity. And they do so in a way that is unproductive and doesn't allow for any method of communication or building of common ground. They just think that the answer is to be violent and be aggressive and be emotional, rather than actually being like, well, I don't appreciate this, and I if that's how you want to be, then we're just not going to associate. I want to understand you. I want to understand that you mean well, but I just think that there are a lot of people who don't know how to just say, hey, I don't appreciate that you did that. I think people are afraid of confrontation. I don't like confrontation, believe it or not. I don't like confrontation. And I'm sure many of you don't like confrontation. It is not a pleasant thing to do, but I do think it's important to be comfortable with confrontation. And a lot of these things that I talk about, the things that I generally share with people on my streams or just in general, people who have the opportunity to talk with me on a candid level, these people don't really understand what I'm saying. I think a lot of people who I tell these things to, they're like, no, we should just live in a world where everyone is safe and no one has to go through any suffering and no one has to be struggling. No. I have seen, I have walked, I have experienced, and I know and I believe this wholeheartedly. It is through adversity. It is through difficulty. It is through sometimes a voluntary choice to put yourself through a challenging situation that builds the potential for it to know your worth. You need to experience struggle to know who you are as a person, to know what you are truly capable of. That is necessary. It is what makes humans so great. The fact that we have endured for as long as we have is a testament to the fact that we have overcome adversity, after challenge, after war. We have endured. And it is through life's challenges, it is through the fights that we encounter in life and the challenges and the hardships that we face that make us more than we could have ever been otherwise. Simply striving to be a good person, in my opinion, you are selling yourself short. You are actually stunting your potential by seeking to only be a good person. Everyone should be capable of doing kind things. Everyone should be capable of being loving and of being supportive and of being empathetic. Everyone should be capable of these sorts of things, but everyone should also be capable of defending themselves, and not just defending themselves, but the people they love and the people that they care about and the values that they have. There needs to be a level of bite to a person. You need to have a level of danger to you that will let people know that you are not someone to be pushed around. You are not someone who is going to be removed from the gene pool. You are not going to be naturally selected. Letting people know that you know your worth, knowing your worth, understanding your worth, loving yourself. These are all things that come with enduring and encountering various levels of adversity, sometimes involuntary, sometimes voluntary. And I think that is what makes humans so great. That is why I am here. To kind of, dip into my lore a little bit. That is why me, as the deadly sin of greed, that is why I am here. I'm here to see how humans respond to these ideas. In my pursuit of knowledge and insight, what I've gained and what I've learned is largely down to the knowledge that I have gained and the insights that I have amassed over my lifetime. And I think it's important to keep those things in mind. I think it's very, very, it can be very, very challenging. It can be very, very difficult to go through life. But that's why we need each other. That's why we need friends. But that's also why we need to be dangerous in our own right. Being a nice person does not mean that you don't have any level of danger to you. Being a nice person can also be someone who will defend their family, who will defend their friends, who will keep the people that they love safe. And that's what matters. And some people don't even have a chance to realize and to kind of come to those terms within themselves. Because they're like, if I'm being a nice person means I have to be a doormat. Being a nice person means I have to let people kick me around. Being a nice person means I have to let people slander me left and right without me saying anything back to them. No. Absolutely not. You are not being a nice person by letting people walk all over you. You are letting people know that you can be a target. You are letting people know that you are available to be taken advantage of. You are not being a nice person. You are actually making yourself weaker by allowing people to think such things. So don't be weak. And be willing to not just stand up for your beliefs or for what your values are, but also be willing to listen. As long as a person is approaching you in a very candid, very civil manner. If someone's being civil with you, you owe it to them to be civil back. If they want to try to tear you down or walk all over you, you have the right to walk all over them back. You get what you deserve. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It's that simple. But always love. Always love. And I say these things, again, with the idea that we are being respectful to each other, that we are listening to each other, that we, even if we disagree with one another, we can listen to each other. We can hear each other out. None of what I'm saying is solely one-dimensional. It is multi-dimensional. But I think it's the nuance of topics like these being multi-dimensional. It's the nuance that gets lost, and people just take the surface level. They're just like, oh, I have to hurt people who hurt my friends. They see it in a very simplistic manner. And then you have people out there doing crazy shit. But there are levels to it. There are layers to it. There are dimensions to being a good person, being a kind person, being a decent person to other people who are decent to you. That's what I think. Hello, Pax. Good to see you. Good to see you. I hope your day is going well. I hope you're doing well. Welcome in, welcome in. Just want to make sure I didn't, like, turn anything on by mistake. Oh yeah, also DNC, hello, welcome. Welcome in, DNC. But yeah. Just things that I have flowing through my mind very, very often. How am I doing? I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Things are going well. I like to hope that people are enjoying the stream. You know, I have this tendency to kind of talk about various things that I think are important to talk about. A lot of my stream tonight has been about being grateful. And I'm doing so well. I'm feeling very well because I'm very, very grateful to my friends, to my community, to my fellow streamers, and to everyone else who has been supportive of me, to whatever degree they've been supportive of me. I'm very, very lucky. Very, very lucky to be where I'm at right now. And I'm very, very good. Very, very happy. And I like to think that my crying my crying episode on Thursday, I think, is a very, very clear-cut example of just how much I care and just how much I love. And I can be very, very clear-cut. I can be very, very, like, very, very, like, steadfast in my resolve. I can be very, very, like, intense about my ideas, about what I'm sharing with you guys. But on the flip side, I can also cry my eyes out. Because I love the people who have shown love to me. And I'm very grateful to my friends who have been there for me. Who've allowed me to do what I do. Who've allowed me to have a day 33 of my day 33 of my subathon. Those of you in my community who've allowed me to do this and to maintain this subathon. And to my friends and fellow streamers who've allowed me to continue to stream as I've been at this for 3 years and change. It doesn't feel like it's been 3 years, but it's been three years and change since I've been streaming as Nepherti. And I'm so grateful. I'm so very, very grateful to everyone who has allowed me to live this amazing life after years and years and years of struggle after struggle after failure after struggle after failure after struggle. Just years of struggling, years of failing, years of trying new things, years of actually building something really, really good and then it falling apart. I'm so lucky to be where I'm at, and I'm so grateful to everyone who's allowed me to give me the opportunity to be here, to do what I do. So, thank you. Thank you to my friends. Thank you to my fellow streamers. Thank you to my community. Thank you to everyone who's ever lurked. Maybe you haven't said a word here. Maybe you've been too worried about what I would say to you if you just said hello. But I encourage those of you who are lurking. I encourage those of you who perhaps are maybe slightly afraid of the biker queen, smiting you. I want to remind you that at the end of the day, I'm not here to smite newcomers in my chat. I'm not here to tear anybody down. My goal is to have people feel welcome here. And to entertain you all on a level that I think you're not going to get anywhere else. I like to believe that what I do here and the entertainment and the content that I create here is unlike anything you will ever see in the VRCHAT category. It is unlike anything you will see in general among streamers. And I'm not tooting my own horn here. I'm just saying what I believe is true. And you all are here for a reason. And if you are here and you've been lurking and maybe afraid to say hello. Hello, Cod. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. If you've been afraid to say hello, I encourage you to do so if you want to. It's up to you. It's up to you. As Ziggy cosplays and Ziggy role plays as some of our lurkers here. I see you role playing, Ziggy. I see you. These little chatting streams are perfect for relaxing and listening to. Never unwelcomed. Thank you, Gar. Like I had no intentions of doing anything extremely very performative today. The goal for today's stream was not to be performative. It was to talk with you all. It was to talk with you all, to hear your thoughts, to hear how you're doing, and to hear how things are going. And to do so in a way that doesn't have to be all ASMR-y like. I didn't want to make it like super intimate like I typically do for ASMR stuff. I wanted to be a very open, a very dynamic conversation, like just in VR. And rather than playing a video game, rather than having something else on the screen to distract you, I now have another thing on the screen to distract you. So there you go. I hope this has been a worthy distraction. I do hope it's been fun. And that maybe you got something out of tonight's stream. But yeah, tonight was really just about me being grateful. And expressing my gratitude to you all in my community. And to kind of just talk about, have like this metaphorical, but obviously very, very down-to-earth discussion about, our journey in life. The expedition that we're all on. Given this is my day 33 of my subathon. So I just want to say thank you. And let you guys know that I truly love you. I love what I do. I'm glad that we are here together. And I look forward to, hopefully, seeing more of you in the coming days. But if anyone has any questions, if you would like to ask me anything, you're more than welcome to. I'll just kind of talk very briefly about what's coming up in the future. So while maybe some of you are considering, maybe if you want to ask me something, maybe something's on your mind, maybe I said something that perhaps I didn't acknowledge earlier on, and you want to get my actual thoughts about it, I could still tell the story about me being poor, being like very kind of below average income, and I can talk about that life as well, like my childhood, if you want me to. But for the time being, if you have any questions, feel free to shoot them my way. Just drop in chat, and I'm happy to talk about them. But I'll just kind of talk very briefly, now that I have, some of you here, about what's going on, what you can expect in the coming days in terms of content. Tomorrow will be my 4th Minecraft stream. The entire stream will be Minecraft. We skipped last week because I wanted to go through some story in Wuthering Waves, but we'll be back to Minecraft tomorrow. So if you want to come around and see someone who literally has only started playing Minecraft in 2025, that's me. I started playing Minecraft in 2025, just recently, during the subathon. If you want to see me play Minecraft more, and just be very, very chill. It's going to be very, very low key. It's going to be very, very cozy. It's going to be very, very chill. We're gonna be talking to one another. I'll be trying to learn more about Minecraft in general. If you want to come and answer some of my questions that I'll have about Minecraft, like let's say you're very, very familiar in Minecraft and you want to answer some of my questions that I may have. It's a great opportunity to talk with me on a level that perhaps you feel more comfortable doing so. And it's going to be very, very chill, very, very low-key, very, very nice, just like we normally do. Very comfortable to kind of wind down from the weekend and hopefully prepare you all for the upcoming week. So that will be happening tomorrow. We'll be playing Minecraft. And what will be happening on Monday is I will not be streaming on Mondays as per usual, but I will be announcing a shift, a bit of a change for the subathon. Subathon will continue. That will continue. But I'll be sharing an update in my Discord, so you don't want to miss that. Next Tuesday and Wednesday, we'll be back to playing more Hollow Knight Silksong. So I imagine many of you who've been playing the game, you've probably already beaten it by now. But as a streamer, I have a schedule to keep and things that I do on certain days, so I don't get to really play games as frequently as perhaps you do. But I'll be back to playing through Silksong next Tuesday and Wednesday, so you can look forward to that. And next Thursday, I will be having the founders of a very prominent VR dating app called Flirtual. Maybe you all have heard of Flirtual, but it is one of the premier VR dating apps in VRCHAT that's largely used in VRCHAT. And I'll be talking and be sitting down with both of the founders of this company that has been around since 2018. So that will be episode 69 of my Sweet Talking podcast. That will be happening this coming Thursday. And what's happening on Friday and Saturday of next week, I have no idea. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But that's largely what's happening this coming week. Tomorrow, on Sunday, will be classic Minecraft, as I learn how to play Minecraft. Monday will be a day off, but I'll be having announcements in my Discord, so you do want to join the Discord if you want to not miss what's going on. Tuesdays and Wednesdays will be Silksong. Thursday will be a podcast episode. So please look forward to it. I hope that you will. And if you haven't followed already, if you don't want to miss out, I highly, highly suggest that you do follow the stream, follow the channel, and check out what's coming up in the future. I would love to have you take part in that, for sure. What else did I want to talk about? I had something in mind that I wanted to discuss, but I don't really remember what it is. What was it? Oh, right. I have been thinking about... Well, I guess it doesn't matter if I share that with you all. Whatever I do is what I do. But I've been strongly considering creating a VRC group for my podcast. I've been considering doing that. So that if you would prefer to get updates about the podcast in VRCHAT, I've been considering doing that as an option. Rather than having you all join my community VRC group, I'm thinking that perhaps I'll have my own VRCHAT group called Sweet Talking Podcast, where you can get information directly about when stuff is happening and when like that's going on. I don't have any plans for having people to have a live audience. I don't have any plans to do that just yet, but it is possible that in the future we may be in a position or in an advantageous position of some sort, perhaps. I don't know when exactly, but perhaps we may be in a situation where we can have a live audience, that not just on Twitch, but also in VRCHAT. That would take a lot of logistics. I would really need a dedicated place to do this. And, I'm not sure exactly when that's going to come into fruition, but it's something that I've been considering very, very concisely and over a long period of time. And I just think that perhaps having a dedicated group may help, galvanize people to support what I do. I've also been considering making a new YouTube channel. I've tried to make a new YouTube channel in the past. It's largely failed, but I'm thinking of making a YouTube channel specifically for the podcast. I think I owe it to myself to do that, because I do think that it's being overshadowed by all of my other VODs on my channel. So that's something I've been considering very intently. But as always, that's not your concern. You're here for the content. You're here to be entertained. And so I hope that you have been. I hope that you continue to be. But yeah, we'll probably play more Doom next Friday, most likely. There'll probably be more Doom. But I sincerely appreciate Rogue and Ali, who have rated me this evening. I really do appreciate that so much. I'm thinking, was it just those two who rated me? I believe it was just those two. But yes, yeah, I really do appreciate the raids from earlier. Everyone who followed, thank you so much for following. I hope that you continue to enjoy what I do, and I hope that it's been a good time for you to be here. I certainly hope so. And of course, to all of you who have been here, all the while. Thank you all so much for being here. You all have been a lovely audience, whether you were just lurking or just listening to me talk. I do hope that perhaps you've walked away with something that was important, maybe something that you had forgotten, perhaps something that you need to be reminded of. Whatever that may be, I do hope that I was able to perhaps encourage you in some shape or form. I do hope so. And I don't need to apologize for being on my queen shit. I know I don't have to do that, so I'm not going to apologize for it. I have a passion. I have a passion for seeing people's potential. That is my purpose. To help people realize their potential and to inspire others to be better than they were yesterday. By whatever means necessary, I want to inspire each and every one of you to be great, to be badass, to be strong. Not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. You can be strong, you can be the danger, and still have all the love in your heart. They can live hand in hand, believe it or not. And I'm living proof of that. So thank you all so much for being here tonight. I did mention earlier that tonight was going to be a bit of a shorter stream. That's why I just wanted to kind of talk with you guys. I didn't want to get you all hyped up and riled up over some game and then just kind of cut it short. But I figured that just being able to spend time with you all and talk with you, I thought would be a much better use, a much better experience for all of you. So thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate you all so much. So, let's see what we can do tonight. I hope to see you tomorrow for more Minecraft. I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually looking forward to tomorrow a lot. I've started to really kind of miss Minecraft, actually. I do like it. I think I see the allure, even though it is just kind of like it's a moment in time. It is a world, a moment in time that I am building out on my own, on my own terms. But I do see why people appreciate Minecraft so much. So I never thought you'd utter those words. Yeah. I mean, I'm starting to understand the allure of it. I am. And I can understand why people enjoy it with friends. Obviously, it's much more fun with friends. And I've gotten a couple of invites for people to play Minecraft with them. But I have specifically wanted to stick with my personal journey through Minecraft and to rely on you guys to share with me what you know about Minecraft, to help me to learn about Minecraft, and for me to just kind of understand what I can and can't do within this space, within this realm, and just to get a very kind of rudimentary baseline so that whenever I do play with my friends in Minecraft, I don't feel like I'm just being left behind. And you guys, who have been very, very supportive of my Minecraft journey, have been so sweet, so lovely. You got the Minecraft craves. You've been infected. No, I don't have an addictive personality. I know you're joking. I know you're being very silly, Gar. I get that. I know. But yes, I simply can acknowledge when I enjoy something. And I can also acknowledge when I thought, like I've said before, I thought Minecraft was going to be a waste of my time. And in some ways, it is a waste of my time. That's why I don't play Minecraft off stream. I only want to play Minecraft on stream, on my own terms, perhaps with the people that I appreciate. So, I don't have a very addictive personality. I have very good self-control. And, yeah. But I can appreciate something that I didn't think that I would appreciate to begin with. So, it's been quite nice to kind of figure things out and to come to terms with the things that I personally have learned from Minecraft and appreciate about Minecraft. Okay. So chat, I am thinking that we are going to... We're going to show some love to another person, another streamer, who has allowed me, who has given me the opportunity for them to believe in me. They believed in me. They thought that I would be and stick around and that I will exist for a very, very long time. So we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and send you all over to a good friend of mine. He's a good friend, a good comrade. He's part of Team Stupidity. And I'd like to show some love to him. You all have been fantastic. I love you all very, very much. Thank you so much for spending some of your evening with me. I look forward to the next time. I hope you all have been enjoying our time together. The subathon has been incredible. It's been an incredible time, and it continues. The subathon will continue. So thank you to everyone who gifted subs. Thank you to everyone who resubbed. Thank you to everyone who followed. Thank you to everyone who rated. Thank you to everyone who talked in chat. Thank you to everyone who lurked in chat. Thank you to everyone who listened and paid attention and didn't just mute me in the background. Thank you to everyone who kept me on and muted me in the background and don't even know that I'm preparing to raid right now. Thank you all so much. Each and every one of you are helping me to stay alive. Literally, my existence depends on you, and I'll continue to do my very best to provide you with the best content that I can muster. Okay? I'll see you tomorrow, okay, chat? Thanks for the stream, Neffy. My pleasure. Thank you. Have a blessed day. You too, Gar. You too. Thank you for the head pats, Fira. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Appreciate that. Please be sure to take the raid message before we get started. We're about to send you all off on a raid to Wolf Tico this evening. I appreciate you all so much. You all are amazing. I love you all. I hope to see you again very, very soon. Stay strong. Don't be a doormat for anybody. If you are struggling with being a nice person, don't worry. There are many others like you who are also struggling. Don't give up. Keep trying. Know your worth. You are worth so much more than you realize. Don't be afraid to encounter adversity. Life is struggle. Life is pain, but you will endure because you are you, and you are brought here for a reason. And I believe in each and every one of you guys. Have a lovely Saturday night. Have a lovely rest of your weekend. And come decompress with me after all of your drinking, after all your debauchery, after all of your hangouts with friends. Come hang out with me tomorrow while I learn Minecraft, okay? I love you guys. And I'll see you again tomorrow, hopefully. Mwah. Love you. Mwah.